Hello and welcome to a DFS Strategy video for the 2023 Genesis Invitational. My name is Eric, and here at SweetSpotDFS, it's all about trying to hit the optimal lineup every single week. Now, I went over a preview video yesterday where we went over all the stats I think you needed to target in order to take down the optimal lineup. We are going to pair those stats up with golfers in this video. So the beginning part of this is going over the sweet spot ranks, the marquee tee times, as well as the anchor buckets to really try to find the golfers we really want to build our lineups around. And then the end portion of this video, like a good chunk of it, is building lineups. So if you're just coming into the stream, let me know your 2, 3, 4. Give me any kind of pairing that you want, and we'll build some lineups on stream using the optimizer, which is available to you. I'll actually go over giveaways right now. Just a reminder, I like to do a subscriber giveaway is what I like to call it. I want to reward those that participate on the channel. So I have a monthly and a weekly giveaway, and they both have the same criteria. You need to be subscribed, comment down below on any of the videos that I put out. That gets you a free entry. So you get one free entry per video. So depending on how many videos I post, I have a couple in the chamber ready to go. So after I push this live, I will start posting those videos. So I have about 5 of them ready to go. So I'll start putting those to YouTube. If you comment on any of those, you get free entries into the giveaway. And each of those giveaways go towards the weekly as well as the monthly giveaway. Again, gotta be subscribed in order to get a free entry, and comment down below. Now, at the end of the month, I'm going to give away $50 if we reach the goal that you can see all the way over there to the left. We just got one new subscriber from the preview video to the strategy video, so we're that much closer to hitting the goal of 500 subscribers. We are at 486. So if you're not yet subscribed, please do so, and we can reach that sub goal and give away $50 at the end of the month. If we don't, that's fine. I'll give away a t-shirt that has the logo SweetSpotDFS, like the one that I have on my sweatshirt. Of course, it won't be mirrored, so it'll be normal. I'll give that away at the end of the month if we don't hit the sub goal, because again, I want to reward you guys for participating. So be subscribed, comment down below, and you'll get your entries that way. Now I have another one that I call like a rebate, because this isn't so much a giveaway. I'm giving away $20 to everyone who signs up on PrizePicks and uses the promo code SweetSpot. So if you've not yet signed up, there's a link in the description that'll send you straight to PrizePicks. It'll populate the promo code SweetSpot in there for you. All you have to do is sign up and put the initial $20 in your account, and I will give you $20 back. Now, PrizePicks will match your deposit up to $100, so you can put up to $100 in there. They'll double it for you, and you're still going to get $20 back from me. I'm just providing you an option to play for free, because $20 is the minimum deposit that PrizePicks requires. So, hey, you want to play for free, I'm giving you the opportunity to do just that. And then, of course, I am providing a cheat sheet. There's a link in the description below. So go check that out. It's everything you see on the screen right now. Everything that I go over in the preview video as well as in the strategy video can be found on this cheat sheet. So it has all the pieces of information that you might be interested, maybe you're not. The PGA Tour made some updates, which made this kind of impossible to update. Now, I do have bogey avoidance and birdie or better in there because that goes into my model, which I'll talk about here shortly. But all of this is available to you. Again, link in the description below. Once you click on that link, you'll get to this page. All I ask you to do is go to File, click the File menu, go down to Make a Copy. That way you can use the filters on here. You get to edit this however you like. But the main important thing is if you're following along, it'll allow you to use the filters that I use in these videos. And it also provides, or it includes, the bucket system, which we'll be going over the anchor buckets, which requires you to use the filter. Again, you can follow along with me if you want, link in the description below. And then, of course, we're going to be building some lineups using the optimizer. And that'll be the entire end of this video. But if you want access to this, be subscribed, comment down below, email me at sweetspotdfs@gmail.com, letting me know you would like to use the optimizer, and I'll send it to you. No problem. Again, I want to reward you guys for participating on the channel. And Mr. Ryan McQueen, I sent it to you earlier today. I'm glad that you made it in here. We can build some lineups together, and you can use the optimizer while I use it as well. So Nice to see you again. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. I'm going to minimize the optimizer and get into my spreadsheet. We're going to go over the SweetSpot ranks first, just to let you know who's ranked highest in my model. This will apply to the optimizer because it's based off of the score that goes into the SweetSpot ranks. That determines what the optimizer is going to select first. So again, if you're using the optimizer, the SweetSpot ranks matter. Basically, what I would provide to you is what relevance the SweetSpot ranks might have for you is trying to determine which golfer is of value, which golfer is not. So basically, you can see like Justin Thomas is my 10th ranked golfer at $10,100. There's a bunch of 8Ks and 9Ks in front of them. I would consider them better values than Justin Thomas. Now, am I not going to play Justin Thomas because of that? No, I'm going to play Justin Thomas. But, you know, maybe I put a little bit more emphasis in selecting Patrick Cantlay or maybe even Xander Schauffele. Entirely up to you guys. But that's how I kind of view the ranks. These are already going to be put into the optimizer. So I personally don't really have to look at these and determine, ooh, here's a good value, I'm going to play him. Or here's a good value, I'm going to play him. The optimizer is already going to do it for me. But just for you, following along, looking at the cheat sheet and that kind of stuff, that's how I would ask you to review it or to look at it, is basically looking at who's a value and who's not. What goes into those rankings are basically the same stats that go into it every single week. So I'm looking at OWGR, which I have updated from the preview video. If you don't remember, I went through it and I didn't have Scotty at number 1, which obviously he overtook Rory after winning the WM Phoenix Open last week. So it's all updated. Even on the cheat sheet, it's updated. And then that also updated the score for the OWGR. Now, the rankings didn't change, but the strength of field did. When I went over this yesterday, the strength of field was 738. Once I made the updates to the OWGR rankings, it moved up 4 points. So it's now 742 instead of 738. Does that really matter? Probably not. But just letting you guys know. Of course, again, those go into my model. And then I'm going over all the grass stats, which we have one grass that I'm looking at this week. You could actually look at like Kikuyu grass, but I'm only looking at POA. I don't have splits for Kikuyu. I just have it for POA. So I'm looking at their basically since 2013, their average finishing position on POA events. I'm looking at their top 10 success rates. So how frequently do they finish inside the top 10 on this grass? And then one full calendar year's worth of data when it comes to POA. It's arbitrary. It's just my subjective take. That's about it. I haven't played around with this. It's just adding it to the model. And I think it works out. I mean, my rankings, the last 4 weeks, I've never seen anyone ranked 100 or worse. I think it was actually maybe it was the Pebble Beach Pro-Am where there was a guy ranked 100 or worse that was in the optimal lineup. But by and large, I'd say 80% of the top 20 is under the 100th rank in my SweetSpot ranks. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at. And that's also how I'm going to be building my lineups this week. I'm only using the 100 top ranked golfers in my model to build lineups around, just because I see it every single week. So I'm going to continue to do that. Again, not looking at a second grass, you can see all of the numbers are the same. Looking at tournament history, which really is course history, because this event, the Genesis Invitational, has always been played at Riviera Country Club dating back to 2013. So we can look at course history, but I include that in my models, or in my model. Looking at season-long bogey avoidance, birdie or better, and driving distance. I think these are kind of your best markers for your most talented golfers. So I'm giving boosts here. Once they hit a certain threshold, they're going to be, the same points. You can see Justin Thomas, Adam Scott, and Colin Morikawa all have the same points here. And you can see it's not, of the best golfers in this field, they're only getting like 10-point boosts and stuff like that. And you're going to see that throughout most of my model. It adds up, but I'm not looking to really, I guess, push the differences amongst the worst golfers from the best golfers. I just want to incrementally improve the better golfers than the worst golfers. And that means I'm also looking at like recent form stats. So I watered this down by half. You can see 100 points is the maximum here, where 50 is only the maximum in these recent form stats. This is primarily because I don't want some golfer coming out on tour in the last 2 starts being super hot. Those are his only recent form stats, and him, tipping the model or tipping the scale way over to one side or the other. So that's what I have for recent form stats. And then season long, this is one full calendar year, I should say. We're looking at DraftKings points, their scoring average, round under 70%, cut made percentage, and DK top 10 percentage. Again, kind of separating the better golfers from the worst golfers this way. And then if they're out, I'm giving them a little bit of a penalty, which we should have down here for Mr. Davis Riley. So keep that in mind. Davis Riley is out. I keep him on the sheet just to show you, like on the cheat sheet, just to kind of give you a heads up. If you did put a dummy lineup in with Davis Riley, get him out because he is not playing. And of course, that goes into a score, which I've already sorted it by rank, so you can see top down. Rahm's at 1199, Scheffler is 1161, and then it kind of gets bunched up here. 1143 between Tony, Xander, and Rory McIlroy. Kind of drops a little bit to Patrick Cantlay, then a little bit more to Max Homa, and you can see the rest. So basically anyone 10K and above, or I shouldn't say 10K and above, 1,000 points in the sweet spot model, that is basically Jordan Spieth on up to Jon Rahm. And again, you can see all of these on the cheat sheet. Also, the optimizer, when I send that out, you should have that, or you should have access to that as well. So those are your sweet spot ranks. Now, if you don't already know, I include these sweet spot ranks into my marquee tee times. So when I go and sort the group ranks out here, basically what I'm doing is I'm combining, or I'm summing up, adding up the sweet spot ranks in a group. And then I'm rank ordering them from lowest to highest. So obviously your lowest ranks, so Jon Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, and Victor Hovland are in marquee tee time or marquee group 1. Their total sweet spot rank is 15. The next group is Xander Schauffele, Max Homa, Tom Kim. Theirs is 30. And the next one after that is 37. That's Scheffler, Morikawa, Jordan Spieth. Just so you understand how my marquee tee times work, because I don't really fully explain them. Not like that, I should say. Just being transparent, letting you know how I rank order them. I mean, I have formulas that are behind the scenes that do it for me, so makes things a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. But the whole purpose of looking at marquee tee times, if you don't already know this about my process, I basically catalog everything. I record everything, and then I review every single week. I want to see, basically I created this segment about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. I've been recording it, how well it does. Why not? Find a point in the statistics, just review that point. I mean, that's exactly what the bucket system is. Analyze how these processes, systems have been doing, and, basically do with that as you want to, as you will. Personally, for me, when I review back, a year and a half ago, every single week that I've been doing marquee tee times, I've only noticed in one of those weeks, no golfer from the marquee tee time was in the optimal lineup. In about, I'd say, less than 10% of the time, only one golfer has been in the optimal lineup from the marquee tee times. 90% and above of the tournaments that I've recorded have had at least 2 golfers from the marquee tee times in the optimal lineup. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is hit the optimal lineup. So why not select at least 2 golfers every single week? The odds are in your favor. Obviously, it will happen every once in a while where it won't work. But I'm a believer, I'm a competitive golfer, I'm a believer that golfers draft off each other. They either play better when other golfers are playing better, or they play worse when golfers are playing poorly. It's one of those, you know, energy, vibe, whatever you want to call it type of things that when you're on the course and you see that, it's infectious, whether it's good or it's bad. Now, when it comes to these Thursday, Friday tee times, they're not going to score the same. You know, they're not going to go into the weekend both at -7 or all three of them at -7. And then they're all going to get paired up together. Or when they go into twosomes, two of them will get paired up and continue that trend. You're going to have these, like, you know, fluctuations where one guy might shoot 7 under, the other guy might shoot 4 under, and the other guy might shoot 1 under. They all make the cut, but then they're not going to be paired together Saturday, Sunday. And those pairings are going to also affect them based off of who they're playing with and how well they're playing. So a lot of this, I understand, to some people is noise. But again, I've been recording this for a year and a half, and in 90% of the instances, at least 2 golfers from the marquee tee times have been in the optimal lineup. So again, why would I not select at least 2 golfers from the marquee tee times? I hope that makes sense. So the rule is select 2 to 4, because at the same end, you know, I haven't seen more than 4 golfers from the marquee tee times in the optimal lineup. Like very rarely, it's like 1 or 2 times that's ever happened. So I'm never going to go more than 4. And I think it's a really good structure to start out with, because we're only looking at 9 groups. And quite frankly, I only look really at the top 7 groups. And of the top 7, we find 2 to 4 of them being in the optimal lineup every single week. So that's rule number 1 when it comes to marquee tee times. Select somewhere between 2 to 4 golfers from the marquee tee times to build your lineups around. Now, rule number 2 is don't select more than really 1 golfer from each group. So just only select 1 golfer from a group. Don't select more than that. The odds are a little bit better if you were to select 2 golfers from the same group. So what I mean by that is, if you liked Jon Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, and Viktor Hovland, I would strongly encourage you to only select 1 of them to build your lineups around. And that means, like, if it's Jon Rahm, you don't play Cantlay and you don't play Hovland. There have been moments where, yes, we've had golfers from the same group in the optimal lineup. We've also had golfers from the same group in the GPP winning lineup. So you certainly can if you want. I'm just going to let you know the odds are not in your favor. Now, within time, I'm going to have these statistics for you. I'll show you the percentages. And once I have a website up and running, you're going to be able to look at them for yourself. Because again, I've been cataloging, I've been recording all of this for the last year and a half, like the marquee tee times. The bucket system I've been doing since forever, since I started, you know, the podcasting thing. So again, I strongly encourage you to select somewhere between 2 to 4 golfers from the marquee tee times, and then move on from there. Basically exclude everyone else that are in the marquee tee times. Once you pick your 2 or 4, you just exclude everyone else. And again, pick 1 golfer from a group, move to the next one. So again, if you like Jon Rahm, don't play him with Patrick Cantlay or Viktor Hovland. And if you do, that's fine. We have seen moments where golfers in the same group are either in the optimal lineup or in the GPP winning lineup. So hey, by all means do so, but the odds are not in your favor. And then from there, I mean, like, if you like Jon Rahm, I like Jon Rahm, I like Tony Finau, I'd pair these guys up together. And quite frankly, if I'm going to give you my optimal pairings that I'm really looking at, if it's not Jon Rahm, Patrick Cantlay seems like a really good option. Like, this is a golf course he has thrived at before. It's a golf course I would actually think he's very well fitted to play. He's just been kind of, sorry for those that don't like cussing, dog shit. He's been terrible over the last year. So I personally am kind of lukewarm on Patrick Cantlay. I'll let the optimizer do its thing. I was building some lineups before jumping on. Patrick Cantlay was selected a lot. And it's because he's a good value. At $9,000, he's a 6th ranked golfer in my model. Of course, the optimizer is going to select him. It's a really good value. Now, I also like Viktor Hovland. So I don't think you can go wrong with any 3 of these guys. I just would say don't play more than 1 of them. If you are playing one of, well, if you select 1 guy from that group, just don't play more than 1 of them. That still didn't make any sense, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. The next one is a really good group too. Xander Schauffele, Max Homa, Tom Kim. I really like Xander. And I don't mind Max Homa at all. I'll probably be staying away from Tom Kim. I guess this will be like, you know, clippable. This is a big boy golf course, and Tom Kim doesn't quite have his big boy pants yet. So I'm not going to play someone like Tom Kim at this course, primarily because I don't think the course fit is all that good. I think he needs to play his best golf in order just to be inside the top 10. Where I think Jon Rahm could just, you know, play his B game and still finish inside the top 10. So that's my take on Tom Kim. I do like Homa. I like Xander. I really like Xander this week, by the way. So Xander is a consideration of an anchor play for me. The next group is Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, Jordan Spieth. Really like Scheffler. So does the optimizer. If I make the optimizer select at least one 10K golfer, it's Scheffler most of the time. Doesn't really go to Morikawa or Spieth, but I think we can probably force some lineups to create them. I don't mind any of those golfers. I'll probably stay away from Spieth. I don't like the erratic off the tee game, especially at a tree lined golf course like this. Now, it's not densely tree lined. I remember watching him last year. He found little cracks in the tree that he was able to hit his ball through. So he can do well here. I just, you know, as an anchor play, it's not for me. Next one's Cam Young, Sam Burns, and KH Lee. We went over the buckets yesterday in the preview video, and Cam Young was in some really bad buckets. Buckets where the success rates were really terrible. So I don't know if I really want to play Cam Young. He does show up in the optimizer quite a bit. It shows him as a really good value. He's a good fit for the course. I don't mind Cam Young. I also don't mind Sam Burns. I probably will stay away from KH Lee though. So that's that group. I'm going to actually kind of try to buzz through the rest of these. Tony Finau, Adam Scott, Billy Horschel. It's Finau or Scott. Staying away from Horschel. Jay Rose, Hideki Matsuyama, Shane Lowry. They're all decent values. So I don't mind playing any of them. I'm not anchoring around any of those guys though. The optimizer can select them just out of attrition or maybe out of value. I'm not wasting my time with that group. Next one is Sungjae Im, Jason Day, and Sepp Straka. I feel the same way about Sepp as I did for Spieth, as I do for Tom Kim. I don't care to play Sepp Straka. But Im and Day do have my considerations. Really like Jason Day this week. I know a lot of the people that have watched my show in the past know I kind of have a disdain for Day, so maybe this is where he plays bad because I don't mind jumping on the Day train this week. So don't mind Jason Day. JT Poston, Matt Kuchar, Ricky Fowler. Hey man, I think Ricky Fowler's back. Like at $7,900, I think it's a super good value. I think the group he's in is even kind of beneficial. They're all rated out pretty much the same in my model. Ricky does have a bit higher of a salary, which is not optimal. Let's face it. Probably should be $7,400, but they're giving him that $7,900 price tag because he's a popular golfer. I don't know how I feel about that. And then JT Poston and Matt Kuchar, I don't mind either of those guys either. Fill them in, $7,100 and $7,300. Yeah, that's easy. But again, I'm not anchoring around those guys. Matt Fitzpatrick, Siwoo Kim, and Nick Taylor. Love Fitzpatrick this week. If Nick Taylor for the last, 6 weeks had been playing similar to what he did last week at the WM Phoenix Open, his ranking or his rating would be better, and he'd probably be higher up. That group would actually be higher up in the marquee tee times, which I would not mind anchoring around Matt Fitzpatrick. So, if I were to choose, I think I really like Fitzpatrick, Finau, Xander. I don't mind pairing up, putting those three guys together. I also don't mind, maybe if it's not Xander, I play Scheffler, because this is a 10-9-8, right? Matt Fitzpatrick is 8K, makes things a little easier. And if it's not Scheffler, I don't mind going to Rahm, And I also don't mind going to Rory, which is worth considering because like this group here is worth talking about. Tiger Woods is in this group with Rory McIlroy and JT. You can see Tiger's ranking 127, not super great. Rory and JT are number 5 and number 10 in my models. So 5 and 10 would normally be an easy anchor or at least an easy marquee tee time. But they're paired with Tiger. And I actually think this is kind of beneficial for both Rory and JT's to play with Tiger. Rory's your ambassador, your PGA Tour ambassador. JT is a good friend of Tiger. I just don't see how this group is bad. And one of the things that I absolutely love about it is it's a PM tee time. I always give a little bit more of an advantage to the PM AM wave as opposed to the AM PM wave, primarily because of rhythm. Now, a PM golfer is going to go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and have lost his rhythm from the day before. But it's more of anxiety, anxiousness. You play in the morning and you have to wait the full afternoon, that full night, the full morning the next day, and then go out and play. The only thing I feel like is a bit of a benefit, and this just applies to certain people, is the fact where the cut is going to be. You're the last golfer on the golf course. You know what you need to do in order to hit the cut or to make the cut. So that's the only real benefit, and that really only applies to golfers who like the challenge. Those are that are kind of like doubting their game. That's not a good feeling to have when you're out there. So I still will benefit, like I will put more of a benefit to the PMAM golfers. And in fact, Ryan McQueen, I know you have the optimizer. I have applied this. You can change this if you want. I'm limiting the amount of golfers that the optimizer will select from the AM group to 3. I'm also limiting the PM golfers to 4. Usually you see a pretty even split between AM and PM golfers when it comes to, who's in the top 10. But I usually see more PM AM golfers in the top 5 than I do AM PM golfers. And just to give you kind of a little bit like a proof of that. So this is going to be difficult for you because I don't split them into waves, but these are PM waves right here. Anything like 7 in the morning or earlier are your AM waves. So as you can see, like I said, you see more PM golfers in like PM AM golfers in the top 5, but it's still a pretty even split. Like if you look at all the top 10s, I mean, we have nearly this. I think it is the same number, right? We have 6 and 6. So like I said, even split, but you got more people. So if I'm looking for my top price guys, although I might eat my words here, Morikawa and JT were in the morning split or in the morning wave, and they were 10K golfers. We don't see any of the PM golfers up here. But again, we also see Jon Rahm. Maybe our best golfers were playing in the morning that whole time. I don't know. See, in 2021, morning. Wow. Lots of mornings. Still thing applies. What I'm saying is you see more PM AM golfers in the top 5 than you do inside the top 10. Again, it's pretty split, but actually this one is dominated by the AM golfers. Dominated. I mean, if you have the optimizer and you want to open that up, or when I create lineups, if you want me to open this up, let me know, and I will. I have no issue doing that. But that will cover the marquee tee times. Sorry about that. I just wanted to bring up this last group, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and Tiger Woods, because Tiger is actually the one pulling them down. And if Tiger were to withdraw, heaven forbid if he withdrew during this tournament, I still think that benefits JT and Rory. It actually might benefit them more because now they'll get to play against each other basically and build themselves up or maybe tear themselves down. Who knows? Yes, that concludes the marquee tee times. Let's get into the anchor buckets. So if you are following along with me on the cheat sheet, I'm going to hide some of this stuff first. But if you are following along with me on the cheat sheet, bring that up. Select that file menu and go down to make a copy. Make a copy of it. That way you can use the filters, because we're going to use the filters for the bucket system here. And I'm going to give you a little instruction on how to do this. I'm going to open them all up. And then what I'm doing from here is this max projection filter. Go ahead and drill down on that. Go to filter by condition. We're going to go greater than or equal to 2. And basically what this is going to do is ensure our minimum is greater than 1. Meaning when we're looking at anchor buckets, it's letting us know, or it's telling us you want to select at least one golfer from this bucket. And doing this filter ensures just that. Now you're going to see like the bucket totals. This year, we're going to see some of these have 50 or more in them a couple times. What I'm going to do, or what I suggest, is limiting this number. And I'm kind of thinking, usually I do less than 30, but we're going to have, yeah, less than 30 is fine. Let's do that first. So again, you can go filter by condition, and we're going to go less than or equal to 30. If we have too many anchor buckets, yeah, I mean, how about we just do less than 25? We're going to get rid of recent form 2. No, let's keep that in there. Recent form 2 and strokes gained 1. Those are the only ones that would actually be removed. So basically these next buckets. Now we went over the bucket system in the previous video. This is basically telling you you need to select at least 1. For the following buckets, you need to select at least 1. So let's go ahead. Now I'm going to sort back, or I'm going to sort salaries top down. Just makes going over this a little easier. You can do whatever you want. But last year one, we want at least one of these guys. I'm just going to point out the guys that I think I want to build my lineups around. Don't mind Scotty. I don't mind Rory. JT, Schauffele, Homa. Don't mind any of those guys. Very wishy-washy with the following guys. I don't care. Probably won't play those guys. But the top here, I already have an idea of where I want to go. So that's how I look at these anchor buckets. So that was last year 1. Last year 2, same thing. So basically, we already know last year 1 golfers, right? These guys will not be in any other last year bucket. These are your last year 1s. So you can think about the salaries here of the 10 and the 9Ks, because we might be able to pair them up with someone from the last year 2 bucket. Because we have Rahm, and then we have a few 9 and 8K golfers. So for me, you know, remember we saw that 3 of the 10K golfers and 3 9K golfers over there? Well, I like Tony Finau. And I don't mind pairing him up with some of those 10K golfers last week. Or not last week, I'm sorry, in the last year 1 bucket. Likewise, the other 9K golfers here, Sung J M and Patrick Cantlay, I also don't mind pairing up with the 10K golfers from the last year 1 bucket. I think that's fine. And well, obviously, one of the big names there is Will Zalatoris. Lots of conversation happening with him and in the DFS world. I don't mind Will Zalatoris this week. I won't really look at any of these guys down here, although there are some names I don't mind considering putting in my lineups. But again, I'll let the optimizer kind of choose which golfers that it'll play or it'll select from. But I'm really liking Tony Finau this week. I'm kind of getting a little bit warmer on Patrick Cantlay. It seems like a perfect spot for him to do well. All of us in the DFS world were just like, man, Patrick Cantlay sucked over the last couple of years. I don't know if I really want to play Patrick Cantlay. Well, this is a course that suits him. Good price tag. This is probably a good time to play him, being honest. But you could also you could take the top price guy in Jon Rahm and, hey, feel comfortable with it, man. He's the best. Honestly, he might not be ranked number 1 in the world, but he's been the best golfer since the start of the calendar year. And even maybe a little bit before that. So if you want to play the best golfer in the world currently, I have no issues with that. So those are your last year 1, last year 2 anchor buckets. Let's move into the last week 1 anchor bucket. And again, we want 1 to 3, but these anchor buckets are telling you want at least 1. So if you are following along with me on the cheat sheet, just make sure you select everybody from the last year bucket or the last year column. clear out everybody in the last week bucket and just select one. And we have Jon Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, JT, Xander, Tony, Im. These are golfers we've already talked about. Now, I always say this, just because they're in a couple anchor buckets, it doesn't ensure they're the best play. It just improves their chances. Or it doesn't ensure a top 10 from them. It just improves their chances. So these golfers right here, I think if you needed to make a pool of golfers to select from, at least just one of these guys, this is the pool. Like I would have no issue putting money down on this and saying one of these guys is going to finish inside the top 10. And I know it seems silly. There are 6 golfers who are the best golfers in the field, but just for me, just because they're in the last year anchor buckets as well as the last week anchor bucket, it just, to me, automatically, I'm going to select one of these guys. I'm really liking Finau. I hate seeing Finau this much, but I also really like JT. I also really like Xander, and I also really like Scotty. If I'm kicking anyone out of the group, it's going to be Jon Rahm and Sung J M. Those are the only 2 guys I really would, but the 4 right here, man, I'm chomping at the bit. I want to play each one of them about 100 times. I have really good feelings for, these 4 golfers being in the optimal lineup. One of them being the optimal lineup. So you do with that as you will. Moving to the next anchor bucket, course history 2. Now, I talked about these buckets in the preview video, what they mean, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go over that. We're just going over the golfers. Remember, anchor buckets means select at least one. So we see Scheffler once again. We didn't see Rory in the last week bucket, so that's kind of interesting. That doesn't mean he's not invited to the optimal lineup party, because we could literally just go with Finau from that range, or even like Xander and bring in Rory, because you can see Xander's not a part of the course history 2 bucket. So there are interesting ways to create lineups. For you watching this, if you were just coming to this stream for the first time and you're like, I don't know what the hell the bucket system is, I'm basically just telling you, hey, these golfers are pretty good choices for anchor plays. Like the plays you build your lineups, all your lineups around. And you might not even need to know the bucket system in order to know these golfers are really good. So it's just, I'm providing more confidence. Hey, I like Rory. I like Homa. Probably out on Morikawa. Probably out on Patrick Cantlay. These 3 right here just seem like locks right now. Maybe not so much Rory, but Max Homa and Scotty Scheffler. It just, the more I've looked at this, the more I'm just like, man, it's Scotty again, isn't it? He's going to go back to back. Win last week. He's going to win this week. Probably not, but hey, it's definitely a possibility. Let's move on to the next one. Recent form 1 and 2. Again, we want at least 1, but recent form 2 is almost saying you want at least 2. So we'll go with recent form 1 first. Again, select everyone in the course history bucket. Go to recent form. We're going to look at 1. And what do you know? Rahm, Scheffler, JT, Homa, Finau, shot like Harden's boy, Burns, J-Day. I do have projections for these buckets. So for this recent form 1, I'm projecting 1 to 3 to be inside the top 10. Doesn't mean you need to select up to 3. I'm just saying the likelihood of 1 to 3 is pretty high. And if that's the case, like, again, I want to build my lineups around Finau. It shows up. He shows up way too many times. Now, if I'm building that way, I also don't mind putting Scheffler together with him. I don't mind putting JT together with him. And I don't mind playing Homa with him, or even Rahm. Like, these are all great considerations to anchor around. And then if you like Jason Day, that's fine. Like, you could do something like this. Super simple. And this is really a really good 10-9-8 start. You got a low 10K, a mid 9, and a mid 8. Gives you enough salary forgiveness to put at least 3 7Ks in your lineup, or, you know, whatever 7K, whatever 2 7Ks you want in a 6K. Should make lineup building somewhat easy. Now, I also like Seamus Power, and I don't mind Siwoo Kim. I don't care for Tyrrell Hatton or Justin Rose, but I'm not going to shy away from playing them. It's just kind of like reinforcing my feelings on Tony Finau and playing Finau this week. So that's kind of how I feel about this. Now, the other anchor buckets, recent form 2, which Rory's a part of. We want maybe 2 guys from here. Now, the actual projection for me is 1 to 4. And I have put that into the optimizer. Remember, recent form 2, 1 to 4. That's what I'm going to be choosing from. It's pretty easy when Rory and Xander are your top 2 guys. I don't mind building my lineups around Rory and or Xander. And I mean, there's a really good cast of guys in this bucket to select from. 1 to 4 is my projection of how many golfers from this bucket will finish inside the top 10. The buckets are 93% correct every single week. On average, I should say. So you can either choose to believe that or not, because there's some really good names, right? I mean, we got Rory, Xander, Sungjae, Colin, Victor. You'd be like, well, those 5 could be inside the top 10 easy. Yeah, probably, but it's not how I'm projecting this bucket to produce. And you can even like include Cam Young, Keegan. I know a lot of people like this week. Sahith Theegala, Adam Scott. Like, I think 1 to 4, probably 2. Like I probably would focus around finding 2 guys that you like to build around, and going from there. Again, I'll let the optimizer do its work. And then the last bucket we're going to look at, our strokes gained 1. This is going to be one of those 2 to 5 projections. I don't necessarily think we need to talk about it. All your golfers that are strokes gained 1 golfers have this green highlight across their stats and their name. So if you're looking at the SweetSpot or the cheat sheet, if I open this column up, it's all color coded based off of strokes gained stats. The strokes gained 1 is just this dark green, and this is when all stats are positive. So Rahm, Scheffler, Rory, JT, Xander, Homa, Finau. Again, we want 2 to 5. Well, that's easy for me, right? I like Rory, I like Finau, I like Matt Fitzpatrick. I've already got 3. Now, I could build lineups any other way. I mean, Patrick Cantley's there. Okay, I don't need to go through all the names. You've already heard me go through most of these guys. I like them. I like the thought of building lineups around Rory and Finau, or Homa, Rory, Homa, Scheffler, Scheffler, Finau. It's too good. Like, this tournament has too many good golfers and it has too many combinations, and the anchor buckets are just providing way too much value, way too much excitement for me. I don't know what to do when it comes to building lineups. So that concludes basically the strategy video outside of building lineups. So from here moving forward, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build lineups for the rest of this video. I'm going to throw on some music and get your lineup ideas in there. I can already see Barry R. Hey, how's it going, Barry? Back and recharge. Yeah, how was vacation for you, by the way? And I hope we cash big too. Well, Barry, I hope you were able to like rewind a little bit. I did tell you why the Rory JT Tiger's not in the top marquee tee times. Hopefully you saw that. If you didn't, I can explain it to you really quick, but let me know. Let's go ahead and put this music on. And we're going to build lineups. So give me your favorite golfers to build lineups around. Whoever is still in the chat. Sent out a tweet to remind people to come on in. Hey, who do we have? 4 people watching? Okay. One of them's me. So give me your lineup ideas. I have to admit something. So last week what I've been doing recently is like anchoring around a guy that I really, really like. So like this week it could be Jon Rahm, and I have no issue playing like Jon Rahm. No issue whatsoever. Awesome, Barry. Love it. Where'd you end up going to vacation, if you don't mind admitting? You don't have to if you don't want to. Curious. Give me some good vacation ideas. Cold up here in Minnesota. All right, so what I was saying is building lineups for me, a lot of times I'll just, you know, like, let's go with what I've already been talking about. I really like Finau, and I really like Rory. And I do believe that this is a strategy to hit the optimal lineup better than any other way, honestly, is to limit the amount of lineups you can create. So if I were to anchor around Finau and McIlroy, the optimizer using the bucket system, it's only going to be able to create so many lineups. And if Rory and Finau are actually in the optimal lineup, what I'm doing is, let's say there are only 25 lineups I can create using the optimizer with the bucket system. And the buckets hit, you know, 36 out of 36 are correct. That ends up being your optimal lineup. Only being able to create 25 lineups, I've basically ensured that I'm going to hit the optimal lineup if the buckets hit. Now, obviously, if you've been following along with me, we don't necessarily need the bucket system to be absolutely perfect to hit a GPP. Last 3 weeks, last 4 weeks, going over the SweetSpot Optimal, we've been able to do it pretty easy. Just using the buckets and using the strict conditionals that I have set forth in the optimizer. So I just don't like the idea that I'm missing out on other names. So I think what I'm going to do is I am still going to do that approach of finding 2 guys I really like. So let's say Rory and Tony. And basically, I'm going to put them in one high entry contest. And then I also I like to do those 25-cent winner take all contests. So $50 go to first place. I'm just going to put my favorite Rory and Finau lineup together and just put them in at least one of those lineups. So I'm going to have at least one of those lineups in all of those contests. And then I'm just going to let the exposures, these are my set exposures right here, I'm going to let those do their work, essentially. So that's how I'm going to do it moving forward. But if you got some anchor plays that you like, let me know. Ooh, St. Martin, St. Thomas. That sounds amazing. Hope you had a few Mai Tais, because that's what I would probably do. Starting with Rahm and Rory, huh? Did you see the optimal lineup last week? Had Scheffler and Rahm in it. It's nuts. What's going on, GD Knight? I'm in. How do my suggestions do for you last week? Well, GD Knight, so all of those lineups I built in the strategy video last week, I entered those into just various contests. I'm not saying it's your fault, because it's not your fault. It was one of the worst performing weeks for me when it comes to making money on DraftKings. But that's okay. 3 weeks ago was my best week this year so far. So we're actually right at break even. I keep track, right at break even right now. So sucked, but that's how it goes sometimes. So hey, GD Knight, pick some better plays this time. Just kidding, but seriously. All right. If I just run the optimizer, not anchoring around anybody, here is the best optimal lineup based off the SweetSpot ranks. Scotty Scheffler, Patrick Cantlay, Adam Scott, Sahith Theegala, Thomas Dietrich, and KH Lee. I don't think that's a terrible lineup. It is using 4 of the marquee tee times. And it is selecting an even AM PM wave. It's not terrible. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It is different. So I think, actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this because since we're building lineups, I want to save some of these. So basically I'm copying my exposures over here. If you have the optimizer, you can do this as well. And we're just going to put max zone to 100% for every single guy. So we aren't going to be limited on exposures when it comes to certain golfers. But I'm going to save this one. Just first SweetSpot optimal lineup. We'll see if it works out. I think, who was it? Someone tell, I already forgot. What was the combo? Oh, Rahm and Rory. Okay, let's do a Rahm and Rory lineup. I will bring back KH Lee into the pool. We're not going to lock him out and see what this does. It builds a lineup, so that's step one. That's great when you have those two high-priced guys. It includes Brian Harman, Thomas Dietrich, KH Lee, and Matthew Neesmith. As you can tell, KH Lee, Dietrich are good values, and so too is Harman. Harman's going to show up a lot in these lineups, just so you're aware. It's not terrible. We can run it one more time. Oh yeah, I like Theegala this week too. So kind of the same. We have Dietrich, Harman, but now we have Hadwin and Hubbard in there. And Hubbard, you know, $6,200 seems like a pretty decent value. Let's run another one though. I don't want to see, and I'm probably gonna have to cross out Harman. I don't like Harman at this golf course this week. I don't mind putting him in a couple lineups, but I just would rather not. It seems pretty decent. I like Merritt, so what I want to do is open this back up and remove Harman. Ryan McQueen, you still in the chat, by the way? Where is Harman? 1036. Right here. We're gonna cross him out. Ooh. So I don't mind a lineup like this. This includes Theegala, Barry. We've got Rahm, McIlroy, Theegala, KH Lee, Todd, and Ben Taylor. I see no issues building a lineup like this. I think this is okay. So I'm actually going to save that one. I'm sniping them from you, Barry. Let me know if you don't want to see like KH Lee or Brennan Todd, because they might show up more. I don't like Matthew Neesmith this week. I don't mind playing him like once, twice, 3 times the lady, but just that's about it. Probably just skip. I'm gonna skip that one. But yeah, Todd just showing up. Same with KH Lee. Ooh, we get to include Adam Scott into this lineup. I don't mind that. Why? Crazy that Hubbard is not going away. Oh, I cleared him out. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I don't really either. So what I want to do is here. KH Lee, how much? 982. Take KH Lee out. And Brennan Todd. Yeah, I don't care for Brennan Todd either. I mean, at what, $70 or $6,800? It's actually a pretty good Brennan Todd price, honestly. We just constantly see him in the 7Ks when it's not an elite field, so seems like a decent value. It's 941. Where are you? Right there. I don't mind this lineup. What do you think, Barry? Rahm, Rory, Adam Scott, Denny McCarthy, Sepp Straka, Neesmith. It's not terrible. I guess I don't like Neesmith that much. Just because he's like at that price tag and ooh, here's a, I like this one. I like this one a lot. Sniping them from you. So let's see here. I'm gonna bring this down. I just want to confirm something. You know, I don't like that superstition feeling, but do we ever see the same price tag inside the top 10 any single week? No, I'm not really seeing one there. Like even just remotely close. Guess what I could do is just do that. You know, we don't have the same price. So you'll just be in the 7K range, basically, right? 7,300, 72. Like nobody else, 73 is good. 72. Nobody else is good. Like, I'm reinforcing superstition right now. I hope you all understand what I'm doing. And then once we find a price tag that's the same, we're just gonna make an excuse for it. Like right here. Yeah, I mean, that's just one time. Yeah, that's just it's just 2 times. Not a big deal. But I mean, you know, that's... Oh, wait a minute. We got some down here. Dang it. All right. We gotta figure that one out. Or we have to just ignore it, I should say. So anyways, 7100 D-Tree and $7,100 Kuchar seems like a really good play, right? Let's do it. God, it'd be nice to have that data just available where you'd be like, okay, how often do, you know, the same price tags actually match up to be the optimal lineup? There would be no performance, you know, metric that would go behind it. It would all just be trends and superstition, basically. You like Sep? I don't care for Sep, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a huge Sep Straka fan. Really like this lineup on the screen though. Rory, Rahm, Adam Hadwin, Thomas Dietrich, Russell Henley. Okay. Sold. All right. We're going to get out of Rahm and Rory. Unless you want to see a couple more, Barry, you let me know. We'll build some more a little bit later. GD Knight, do we got any players that we want? Anyone else in the chat? Give me like 2 golfers, 3 golfers, 4 golfers. We'll build lineups around them. I'm really curious. I mean, I'm going to continue to do this every single moment I get. Put my Finau and Rory lineups together. I don't blame you, Barry. By the way, Barry, I haven't had the chance to send out your shirt yet. I'll try to do that tomorrow. I've been slammed with work and then trying to get the stuff all ready. Mondays and Tuesdays never really good for me, but I'll get it out to you Wednesday. I don't mind this lineup. Finau, McIlroy, Fitzpatrick. Like, hey, was I not just talking about this in the Marquee Tee Times? I don't remember seeing a Finau, McIlroy, Fitzpatrick lineup before going live. But I absolutely love putting Fitzpatrick with Rory and with Rory and Finau. Yeah, I don't. So this is like kind of reinforces what I like. Oh, Buckley and KH Lee. Okay. Well, I'm gonna save this. I'll come back to this. Maybe I'll say this. We'll see it again, and I'll be like, yeah, I like that one. Buckley and KH Lee. That is such a strange combination. I love it. A lot of times what I feel like I should do is find my 7K golfers I want to build my lineups around and go from there. Do you by chance remember Buckley's price tag? There he is. I found it. Rory Finau Day. Ooh. See, now you're speaking my love language, Barry. What the hell? That's scary. Let's not do that anymore. All right, dude. This is a sweet lineup. GD Knight, KH Lee, Buckley to go with Thigala, Adam Scott, Patrick Cantlay, and Scotty Scheffler. Yep. I'm saving that. I'm taking that one. I'm gonna win a GPP with it too. So the only issue that I have to do with this is we got to get rid of one guy. You can tell me there's a 10-second delay between the two of us. I'm going to lock out a golfer. You let me know who you would actually like locked out, and then I can change it if I guess wrong. Because what the optimizer is doing is it's like, oh, hey, Buckley's the lowest guy. What I have this program to do is once it sees the low guy, it'll look at this N right here and go over and copy that over into the lock portion of my spreadsheet. Well, if I have a yes, it'll ignore that. So if I keep hitting this run optimizer, it's going to keep producing the same lineup unless I manually lock one of these guys out. So I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to go with Adam Scott. I just feel like Adam Scott's the guy we probably want to lock out. Haven't seen him in forever. Not saying he can't come over here and play well. 8,000's a pretty good price tag for him, but just to switch it up, I'm gonna do that. And then we bring in Tyrrell Hatton and Brian Harmon. It's, again, you let me know, GD Knight, who I should, you know, while you're watching this, just type it in. Even if I go ahead and remove someone, you let me know who you would rather have out. I don't like Tyrrell Hatton, so I'm kicking him out. But that's not bad with Brian Harmon. And again, we have Scheffler Cantlay. So it looks like it's Scheffler Cantlay. And if that was a core 4, I have no issue with that. Like Scheffler Cantlay, Davis Buckley, or I'm sorry, KH Lee Buckley. So if those are your anchor plays, like your core 4, I mean, you're seeing a lot of difference in lineup building when it comes to this. So when I lock someone out, we're seeing a lot of good names. I really like that lineup, so I'm saving it. Cam Davis 905. We're gonna get rid of him from the lineup. Whoa, here's a great lineup. Cantlay, JT, Willie Z, Thigala. Oh, yeah, okay. Wow. Oh, that's right. Hey, until you just reminded me, I forgot about Thigala. So I'll kick out Thigala. We'll reintroduce Adam Scott, as well as Tyrrell Hatton, because I kicked them out. Sure, I'll include Cam Davis back into it. I totally forgot about your experiences with Thigala. Hey man, I'm turning a corner with Jason Day. Can't you do the same? You know, we got to look at this every single week with a fresh slate. I'm kidding. We're all human. I do the same thing. Scotty Scheffler, Patrick Cantlay, Adam Scott, KH Lee, Russell Henley, and Hayden Buckley. I like that lineup as well. Stole it from you once again. I'm going to kick out Henley from this one. You let me know if that should change. 940. Barry R. That is a nuts lineup. Or a nuts start. Steven Yeager, T. Monty, and JT Poston. Curious to see what it's going to build. This is a really good lineup. Cantlay, Thomas, Scott, Fitzpatrick, KH Lee, Buckley. Okay, same in that. And GD Knight, we're going to move on from there. Yeah, I hope Thigala does, because I like Thigala this week. Actually, I kind of want to build one more lineup with this, because this looks way too good. I'm going to push out Scott. I like Fitzpatrick more than I like Scott, and I don't want to lock out any of these 10 or 9K guys. You can obviously change my mind. Yeah, I'll put Thigala in there too. Where's Scott? Right here. I don't mind this. I mean, I think we already went over it with Hatton and Harmon, so that's going to be that. We're going to do some of these gross lineups that Barry has provided us. I'm going to save Rory, Finau, and Day till later. So, Barry, if I forget about it, you let me know again. Just have that in your copy and paste, and whenever I say, hey, Barry, what was that lineup? Boom, Control V. You got it. But I want to look at the Yeager, Monty, Poston, and then, of course, we got to include Thigala into it. Maybe Thigala will just be included regardless, because he's obviously going to be the play you want. GD Knight, I agree with Poston, with the ownership thing, man. I was one of them. He was part of my so I was kind of saying about how I locked in, well, what I did last week is I locked in Rahm and Cantlay in a lot of my lineups, but then I had one lineup that I put in a ton of contests. JT Poston was a part of that one, so I got burned by both Cantlay and JT Poston, which is one of the results of why my week was so bad last week. Yeah, that's true, right? That's true. Let's see, what were we doing? I forgot. Yeager, Monty, and Poston. Okay, so I don't even know where these guys are. I have this sorted by metric. So let's see, Poston. Man, I don't know how new you guys are to the DFS world. And I can't even remember, but I think there was like Bogey Free Golf was a podcast, and there was a guy on there who used to call JT Poston, regardless of the broadcast saying his name, anything like that, he'd always say JT Poston, and it just bothered me to no end. I think if you're doing, hey, I'm an amateur at this, but I'm gonna act like a professional. With that being said, I'm gonna try to speak like a professional. Find your name, find the names. They include them on the PGA Tour website and say them properly. Poston, that's one of those. And Fano was another one. Holy crap, Fano? Who? What? Makes no sense to me. None. Well, we're gonna go look up Jagger right now. I gotta spell his name right, because, you know, I don't know how to say it properly. Oh, wait. I did spell it right. Okay. Jaeger and who? Oh yeah, Monty. Run that optimizer. It's gonna break. Ooh, it didn't break. Did you say Rom and Scheffler? Was that who you wanted me to build earlier? Is to put Rom and Scheffler together? Or was it Rom and Rory? Trying to read the chat, see where it was that you said this. Rom and Rory. Okay. Almost. Not quite. But not terrible. I mean, Cage Lee is who I think I'm going to push out. I think you even said don't play Cage Lee, so. We're gonna push him out and run it again. Pasta. He does kind of look like a noodle, right? Just a skinny boy. Yeah, that's gonna be our thing now. It's gonna be JT Pasta. Ooh. So 49-1 is kind of pushing it. I don't mind it. Oh my god, I am a very huge proponent of going 49.5 and above. I just have these are the minimum salary, maximum salary. You can change this if you have the optimizer. I think what I want to do is this. I just don't like the idea of leaving that much money on the table. I did go over the past optimal lineups and did leave a lot of money on the table, but I'm not a proponent of doing that, so. Ooh, I almost thought this was going to be a Rory Rom lineup. But this isn't bad. 10-9-8, 7-7-6, and we didn't even have to try. McIlroy, Burns, Spieth, Montgomery, Poston, JT Pasta, I mean, and Steven Jaeger. All right, well, here you go. You have your Rory lineup right here, Barry. Yeah, I'll lock them in just that way we can continue seeing more lineups. I don't like Spieth. If you like Spieth, awesome. I just not for me. I can lock them in, or I can just keep them open if you want, Barry, but I'm just gonna take Spieth out. And then it breaks. So, not great with Rory. I'm sure if I remove Rory from it, it'll be fine. Or not, just breaks. That's so. Can't build any lineups? Nope, it breaks. So you have limited options with that. I mean, we built some of those lineups. I'm sure, let's see, KH Lee and Jordan Spieth must be in the same bucket that is required. So they're both in recent form 3. Do we have that as a lock? We sure do. So I'm sure it's a recent form 3 issue, which Rory's not in. And it must just be based off a price tag and the rest of the buckets, because obviously it includes everything, it includes all the buckets. Because like Fitzpatrick would be in that, so would Harmon, and you know, 8,300, 75, so 75 would work, but We do have Jaeger though, so never mind. Is it too many? Are we selecting too many recent form 3s? Monty is not, nor is Pasta. I don't get it. I don't really care. I don't understand why I can't build lineups. Well, I just removed one, right? H. Lee. So it must be something else. But I don't really care. That's a very hard finding these lower 6K guys and trying to build lineups around them. I'll lock out Scheffler and see what it does with Rory. And it breaks. Oh, well, hold on, just wait. I jumped the gun on the O there because I thought it might have something to do with strokes gained 1 golfers, but Poston's 1. I think Montgomery's another one. No, Montgomery's a 2. So I don't know. I don't know why it's breaking. But I think it just says that combo sucks. I'm kidding. Let's see here. Instead of Monty, we go with Thigala. Because we want to make GD Knight pull his hair out. 7,800. Where are you at, Thigala? There we go. How well can you hear the music? And this breaks. So it must have something to do with. Oh, my bad. I have this locked in for salary. It's making it choose a 10K golfer. But I don't see why it would have broke the other times when we were locking in Rory. Let's try this again. No, but if you can hear the music, this is definitely a beach vibe right now that's playing. Yeah, so I guess Jaeger Bomb to go with Pasta just is not the key. We don't want to go a Jaeger Bomb and combine it with our Pasta. Try again, sir. Find better players, Barry. What the hell? Those are the worst. Let's find some other lineups. So this is my top 100. So basically everyone is within. Oh, you want to know what I'm build line? Wow, words. Do you want to know who I want to build lineups around? Mr. Alex Smalley. I don't mind that, or like maybe even Nick Hardy. Some studs down here, right? Like Justin Suh, don't mind that. Lee Hodges, I think, is a sneaky play. So I want to see. And like these lower price guys are pretty versatile, so. Yeah, I don't like Tyrrell Hatton. I just know. No, thank you. But Rory McIlroy and Patrick Cantlay. Interesting lineup here. Finau, Cantlay, Cam Young, Brian Harman. I am going to give the axe to Brian Harman. Look at this. Nothing but... Oh, I like this lineup a lot. Okay, sign me up. Oh yeah, I gotta kick someone out. Let's see. Let's kick out Cantlay. List as in Luke list? Okay. Look at this balanced lineup. Jeez. All right. I fallen in love too much with these lineups. Let's move on. Luke List, who really hasn't been doing anything over the last year. Put him in. Theegala and Noren. How about no? I'm kidding. Alex Noren. Kind of sucks when you don't have this sorted by price. You can't find them that quickly, but there we go. Found them. And Mr. Theegala. GD Knight's favorite guy. Favoritist guy in the whole world. Okay. Tony Finau, Xander. I love Xander this week. Fitzpatrick, Theegala, Noren List. Yeah, it's a good lineup, man. I'm nothing to see here. Just, you know, moving on with our day. Oh, can't run optimizer again because I'm gonna show the same one. So, who do we kick out? We both like Finau. I do like Schauffele and I like Matt Fitzpatrick. Who do we kick out? Kind of interested to see what it'll select without Xander in it. But you can tell me if you want to keep Xander in. Finau, Homa, Theegala. Yeah, that's another good lineup, dude. And it has Jason Day in there. Kick Fitz? Okay. I like this lineup a lot as well. So we'll go down to Fitzpatrick and kick him out. And try this again. Kick Fitz and Xander. All right. Well. Look at this lineup. This is a good one. Rom, Xander, Theegala, Dietrich. Yeah, I like that one. You got yourself a good trio there. But you want to kick Xander out. Let's kick Xander out. And just, ooh. See, now I don't like Tom Kim this week, but I don't mind doing this. I gotta stop saving these lineups because inevitably Liz is gonna just miss the cut by 1,000 strokes. And I'm gonna be so excited about a lineup like this that it's just gonna be a waste of space. Who would you want kicked out here? Should we try to see what it'll do without Rom? I feel like you like Rom, so we probably keep Rom in. Adam Scott's probably someone we could maneuver around, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna choose Mr. Scott. Kick him out. But I could do Tom Kim. You let me know. Yeah, and so Harmon shows up, but we have Rom and Morikawa. 10-9, 3 7s and a 6. I have to stop saving lineups. I can't do that. Can't save it. I want to, but I can't. Well, look at this. We include Monty, and we don't even have to try. Yeah, this is a good lineup. Scheffler and Finau. I like that one. All right, I gotta stop doing Luke List lineups. We just know what's gonna happen there. Okay, Jaeger and List, huh? Let's see, who's in Group 9? We've got Nick Taylor, Siwoo Kim, Matty Fitzpatty. Here's what I'll do. I do like Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna go with Fitzpatrick, but then I'm going to change this to 3 in case it selects Fitzpatrick. Because I don't want to go over 4. So what I'm basically doing is I'm removing Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna remove Group 9, like all the golfers that are in Group 9 right now. And this is one way you can work around the optimizer. I'm gonna make sure it selects at least one golfer from the G9, And I'm going to apply that to both Luke List and Steven Yeager. So there's Steven. So we put him in group 9. And you said Luke List, which I already forgot where he was. There he is. That way, the optimizer will select at least one of them and build them in a couple lineups. If you truly are the cheapy whisperer. I don't mind something like this. Again, look at that. It included Fitzpatrick. So if I go down to the, and it selected 3 in the marquee tee times. So there we go. That's why we did that with changing the marquee tee times. Not terrible. You already know how I feel about, ooh, you know what this is going to do? Does it actually select no? Yeah, it does. I'm gonna have to watch that. Okay, so we're gonna give him a 200-point bonus. This is the other way to kind of work around the optimizer. So it's gonna be extremely inflated. Him and List are gonna get 200-point bonuses. Remember to remove them. I don't want Harmon. I just don't. I don't know why he continues to show up. So they'll kick out Hadwin, but Finau, Xander, Fitzpatrick, Thigala, Hadwin, Yeager. Not terrible. You want Scheffler kicked out, and you want Rory locked in. Rory, Cantlay, Scott, Thigala, Tyrrell Hatton, Yeager. I don't care for Tyrrell Hatton. Is he going to be kicked out? He sure is. Don't even have to manually do it. I'm going to do it automatically. Rory, Cantlay, Fitzpatrick, Keegan Bradley, Justin Rose. Hey, it's a pretty darn good lineup. I like that one. Should lock out Justin Rose since he's the lowest value. Ooh. Okay, this is my last Adam Scott lineup, but that is a sexy lineup right there. Way too good, dude. Way too good. I don't mind something like this. Not something I'm really trying to, get 2 6Ks in my lineup, but hey, I get Rory and I get Finau. Love it. I like this lineup a lot. See, now you're getting me on way too many good lineups, dude. Way too many. I don't care for this. Like, as much as I enjoy seeing some of these top names up here, I want to limit, well, you know what? Maybe not. Having multiple 6Ks is actually a pretty decent way of building lineups. Oh my god. All I'm going to do is just save these, and then later on I'm going to randomize and only select like the top 20. Because I did this last week, and I just kept like building good lineups that I absolutely loved. So, Barry, I actually have this here. I'll open it up to select both of no. It's gonna select one of them. I don't want both of them in my lineup. Finau, Burns, and Homa. Okay, GD Knight, I'll do that. I'm just gonna save this one really quick. Cam Young keeps showing up, dude. Which I don't mind. Cam Young, okay, so that's enough of those lineups. We're going to change Luke List back to his actual number. So there was no Luke List. It was just Yeager the entire time. We can always revisit that, Barry, and put these values in there again. So Nick Taylor is someone I need to put a 9 for. I also got to do it for Mr. Fitzpatrick. Does anyone remember who the third golfer was in that group? Si Woo Kim. There we go. I'm gonna change this back to 4 and change this back to 0. Okay. We are gonna go with Finau, Burns, and Homa. Love it. Finau. Homa right here. And Burnsy. Did Shot Like Harden tell you to do that lineup? Just out of curiosity. Is he somewhere in the chat and I don't know? Barry, that lineup, yeah, that was sexy. And we broke it. We broke the optimizer. We cannot do these 3 guys together. Let's see. Let's take a look as to why. AM, PM, AM. That works. In different marquee tee times. 9100, 9700, 9500. I bet you that's what it is. Yeah. So I'm only projecting up to 2 guys in the 9K range. Perfect timing, Shot Like Harden. Homa Burns. Okay. So yeah, I'm only projecting up to 2 golfers in the 9K range being inside the top 10. I can obviously open this up, but I'm guessing that's where it broke. If you follow the bucket system strictly, it does pretty well. So when we open it up to 3 9Ks, you get Hadwin, Lowry, and Brendan Todd. Not terrible. Try running. I'll do like a couple more. Harman, Hadwin, Thompson. And then Neesmith. Okay. So what I'm going to do, move that back to 2, clear this out, and rebuild them. So we're going to remove Burns for you, and then we're going to come back and do Shot Like Harden's Homa Burns lineup. Yeah. So Harman and Hadwin just seem to be like the ultimate values. How about this? Let's remove both of them. Just be like, they're never in the tournament. Yeah, I like that lineup a lot. Very nice lineup. Run it again. That one had Fitzpatrick, Thigala, Dietrich, and Henley to go with Finau and Homa. Ooh, including Denny McCarthy in this one. Okay. Sign me up with that one. Shot Like Harden, I'm right there with you, man. I'm not super sold on Hideki, but I really like Fitzpatrick. If you wanted to... If you told me one of those 2 were going to be in the optimal lineup, I would probably agree with you. Yeah, just like this. That's a sexy lineup. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, I think. No, I'll keep it zoomed in like this. Let's narrow this a little bit. Kind of want to see my duplicate lineup count right here, which is 0. Yeah, we're good. Never mind. Here's another good lineup. Yeah, sign me up, man. Sign me up. All right. So Fitzpatrick shows up with a bunch of Finau Homa lineups. KH Lee's showing up a bunch. I'm gonna go ahead and remove KH Lee from the conversation. Yo, what's up, Chad? What's going on, man? You got some combos you want me to build around? We're ooh, you're going with Spieth? Is this a gut play? Is this which one is beer, which one's gut, and which one's brain? or is it all just gut and beer gut? Finau, Homa. So this is very balanced. I like this lineup. Okay. So GD Knight. Those were really good lineups. Actually, was it GD that told me to do those? I have to, let me double check. Yeah, GD Knight. Great. Going Finau Homa is just solid. But we're gonna do Holmes or Holmes. Jeez, I I combined Burns and Homa. We're gonna go with Max Homa and Mr. Sammy Burns. That is what Shot Like Harden asked for. So let's do it. Lots of beer. Love that. Love that. Yeah, that's definitely it's a lot of actually I like that. Think of it, because I was like, they all missed the cut last week, but they didn't. Cantley did, so a lot of people will probably be low on him. I forget what Burns did, if he did play last week. Wasn't paying attention. Shot Like Harden would probably know just off the cuff. And then Spieth did pretty well, so I don't mind that. I like this lineup a lot. So Homa and Burns include Scott, Fitzpatrick, Harman, and Henley. Sure. I don't like Harman personally. I just think I might have a bias versus short people, I guess. I don't know. I don't like Brian Harman. I'm kicking him out, by the way. Shot Like Harden. So if you want him in, you let me know. Ooh, this is that's a sexy lineup. Dietrich and Grillo to go with these four guys. Yep. Okay. What happened with his weekend? I guess I wasn't paying attention enough. Did he just go lights out on the weekend? Here you go. So what do we have here for you? We've got Jordan Spieth and Sam Burns mixed in with Homa, Scott, Thigala, and Brendan Todd. I don't really care for Brendan Todd that much. Yeah, what happened with Burns? I don't know. All right, Shot Like Harden. This one sucks, hey? Not only are we going to include Matsuyama. Actually, we're not going to include Fitzpatrick, but there you go. Matsuyama just shows up naturally. So this is your lineup right here, dude. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I like that lineup. I think I'm gonna cross out Scott though. It's like Scott's showing up way too much. Like if I was to, yeah, I have him in 27% of the lineups I've built already. So let's remove him. Burns does like to birdie. Does he like to birdie on POA surfaces though? That's the thing. I don't know. Oh, Byron comes back from being on his pod. Dude, I missed both of your shows. I was watching a little bit while I was like kind of prepping, and I'm like, I'm gonna get sucked in like today. Like I'm gonna get sucked in if I watch too much of yours. I got to get ready for my stuff. I watched your whole show yesterday though. I think his name was Brian was on. Some Polak, right? Forget his last name, but I know it ended with ski. That was a cool one. I like that one. This is a great lineup on the screen. Yeah. Homa, Zalatoris, Burns, Thigala. I think that's a huge scoring. Wow. Okay, I'm saving that. I'm gonna make sure that I highlight that one too. I think it's gonna push down. I'm not sure. We'll see. Another good one right here. All right, Shot Like Harden. You have so many, like these lineups that are coming out are hot fire. Holy crap. I'm enamored by these lineups. Fitzpatrick and Matsuyama. Okay, this is the lineup for you, Shot Like Harden. These are your two guys. I'm entrancing you with this lineup. This is your lineup. You don't select this lineup. We're not friends anymore. All right. This is this is your lineup. You better select it. I'm telling you. Homa, Zalatoris, Burns, Thigala, Taylor, Montgomery. So Montgomery just showing up a ton. Oh my god, dude. I could just continue building lineups this way with these names and just feel absolutely comfortable with them. All right, we got to get off of this because the wait, like SH Kim shows up, like screw that, dude. All right, we're done. We're done. We're done. Charlotte Carden, we're done. I'm going to continue seeing so many good names, so many good lineups built with these guys. Dude, what? All right, let's machine gun through these, hey? Okay, I found one I don't like. We don't like Shane Lowry. Favorite 7K name? Could be a smart ass here and just tell you that my favorite name is Thomas Dietrich, but that's just name wise. It isn't actually, you know, golfer wise. It'd probably be Sahith. Honestly, Chad, I'm really like just upside and I just have a good feeling like Sahith Thigala is going to play well this week. I don't like Matthew Neesmith. That's for certain. Oh man, I don't mind Svensson, but just like Tom Kim. I had a funny saying that I said earlier, Chad. I was going over the anchor buckets and Tom Kim shows up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure this will be clipped at some point in time. But this course requires big pants. And I don't think Tom Kim has his big pants on yet. I just don't. Tom Kim's not my guy this week. Not saying he can't do well. I just think it takes everything in his power to get a top 10. Where I think like John Rahm could probably top 10 this course in his sleep. All right, so that's cool. I don't mind stopping here. This is including Barry's guy, Steven Yeager. Steven Yeager, or Barry tells me that he's the cheapo whisperer, the cheapy whisperer, and he's telling us that Steven Yeager and Luke List are the names that you want in your lineups. Yeah, I don't mind Patrick Rogers. Like recent form wise, I have no idea like really how much, you know, how much we should put into that, but I don't mind that. I guess if I were to go to 7K range and take a look at everyone. So I like Ricky, I like Siwoo, I like Thigala. I think Windy C is a bit too expensive. I don't mind Keegan, really like Shamo. I'm very lukewarm on Corey Connors. Taylor Montgomery's a stud. Don't like Harmon, regardless. He's 17th in my model. Don't care for him. Hadwin, he likes being creative on golf courses, and I think this is a course that he can be really creative on. So I don't mind Hadwin, but probably just, I'm lukewarm on him. Lukewarm on Mitchell. KH Lee, I don't like Shane Lowry. Nick Taylor, probably not for me. Love Russell Henley at 7,400. I don't mind going back to JT Poston, staying away from Tiger like the plague. Don't mind Alex Noren, and I actually think this is a really good play for Tommy Fleetwood this week. Don't care for Hoagie, don't care for Horschel. I'm lukewarm on Moore, lukewarm on McCarthy, don't like Hosler. Okay on Herbert, Kuchar's okay. Stallings is okay. Kitayama seems like a decent play. Like, I like the length, but I'm just, I don't know, lukewarm, I guess. I'm always going to be a fan of Dietrich. I really like Steele this week. Don't care for Damon. I do like Buckley. Don't care for Spawn. Lukewarm on Davis. Really don't care. Pretty lukewarm on Rogers. I know we were just discussing him. Don't think it's a bad play. And then Gary Woodland. 7,000 is, if he was like $6,800, I'd be like, yeah, he's gonna be my 6K guy. I like that. Good luck, GD Knight. I'm not sure when you said that, but hope you do well this week. But that's my 7K rundown for you, Chad. Yeah, so I guess my favorites, Theala, for sure. Seamus. Henley. Maybe Poston. Fleetwood. Dietrich, and I could mix in Scott Stallings. Oh, and I like Brendan Steele. Probably my top 7 guy, or my top 7K guys. Just by gut feels. You know, if you want my gut feeling, that's how I feel about that. Oh, for real, Steele's out? That sucks. Okay. Well, we will do that accordingly then. Bummer, bruh. I'm just gonna take your word for it. I hope you're not fooling. Perfect. We have confirmation in chat. Lovely. So he is out. So I guess then you just cut Steele out of my my feels, my gut. Who do you like more of, Dietrich, Stallings, or Davis, or Meronk? So Meronk is an interesting play, primarily because it's like, I think the PGA Tour, just that entity alone is a thing, and European golfers coming onto the PGA Tour, what is he, like 6,900, 6,800, something like that? Yeah, 6,900. I think you need to have a footing underneath you when it comes to these PGA Tour events. And, you know, what, we haven't seen him in the last, well, we didn't see him last week. We haven't seen him in the last 7 weeks. He doesn't have many events under his belt when it comes to season long. Looks like 8 rounds, 3 of them under 70, low round 68. Doesn't look like he scores that well on PGA Tour events, and he's coming to a big boy golf course. I know Meronk has potential. I know he has talent, but I easily can pass on Meronk this week. And if he does well, I'm not kicking myself because of it. But I really like Stallings. I think Stallings or that whole group, he's gonna have the veteran nature about it. He's gonna have the what do you call it? What comes with being a veteran? Forget the words. Words are hard right now. I think Dietrich probably has the most potential out of all 3 of those. And Davis, I feel like, is in shambles to some extent. Yeah, and you know my take when it comes to crushing the golf ball, like hitting the ball far just provides more potential for scoring. So I have no issue with that. I just probably stay away from Meronk regardless. But yeah, like Dietrich. Yeah, Dietrich or Stallings for me, I guess. Experience, yes. Savviness, whatever you want to call it. That's what Stallings is going to have over the other 2 guys. And I'd have more confidence in him because of that. I do really like Stallings. Let's see. Do we have any other lineup ideas? So actually, let's go back to Chad. Chad likes Cantlay, Burns, and Spieth. Let's see if we can build him a good lineup. Cantlay, Burns, and Mr. Jordan Spieth. Chad, I know you probably don't look at the marquee tee times, but at least they're in separate marquee tee times, so it works out with the sweet spot process. It's a very good cash game lineup right here. Cantlay, Adam Scott, Sam Burns, Brian Harman, Theegala, Jordan Spieth. I'm cutting out Harman out of my life. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna recreate a lot of my lineups, and I'm gonna have all my exposures, and he's just automatically, let's see, what do I have him? What's the exposure I have next to Harman? 17%. So I'm not going to put him in more than 17% of my lineups. But the fact he keeps showing up this much, like he shows up in all my lineups. When I recreate these, it's just going to happen. So in this whole, you know, practice, I'm just going to get rid of him because I don't care. Like I don't want Harmon in my lineups. I don't want to keep seeing his name. He's obviously a good value, but we're going to cut him out. But that's a good cash lineup right there. So it looks like Adam Scott probably is going to show up a bunch. But here we go. There's my boy Dietrich. Shot like Harden. I mean, Dietrich's a good value, I think. And I'm sure Stallings will show up too now. Let's see here. Cantley, Scott, Burns. I'm going to cut out Scott. Chat, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you want Scott to stay in. But I'm going to cut him out. And see what the optimizer does. Yeah, and that's also another good lineup. Don't care for Sepp Straka, and I don't care for Keith Mitchell. I mean, I think this could be a course Keith Mitchell could do well at, but get Straka out of my life. I don't want to see that. Wow. JT at 10, Sammy Burns at 9, Cantley at 9, and Buckley. I mean, I was just talking about Buckley. I like Buckley this week. And Hubbard, I don't mind throwing him in 1, 2, 3 lineups. Yeah, Piercy's kind of pushing it. Don't care for Piercy. And then it breaks. So we only have so many lineups we can build going with those 3 guys. And of course, when I cut out Brian Harmon, who could be glued to that lineup, doesn't quite work. Barry R asks, any Damon love this week? No. I mean, I know the Damon story, and it's a great story, don't get me wrong. I don't like his golf swing. I don't like his game. I don't like watching Joel Damon play golf. That has nothing to do with building lineups with him in it, but I also just don't see the... He's very volatile, let's put it that way. And obviously golf is volatile, but he could burn me. Or I should say this. I could not play him. I could just exclude him out of all my lineups, and he could finish inside the top 5, top 10. And I'm not gonna kick myself over it. I just think there's better options. Like there's better potential. I don't think Damon has high potential. Like that's just could be a crazy thought of mine. I just think he's too much of a plotter. You know, it just doesn't. Like he's got to be really on top of his game to do well at a tournament like this. And he obviously can, obviously. He's won before, despite it being a smaller tournament like the Cross Punta Cana, but my 2 cents. All right, so what are we gonna do here? What lineups are we building, guys? Joanne, I'm sorry, I missed your question. Do you think where JT is playing with Tiger, that'll affect his play? I think it's actually going to benefit him. So Joanne, if you're still in the chat, or if you re-listen to this, I caught your question. I like Rory and JT that much more because they are playing with Tiger. I think those two excel under those conditions. I mean, Rory played with Tiger during the Tour Championship when Tiger, you know, came back, won his 80th tournament, I think. Yeah, I like JT and Rory. Okay, I'm gonna build some lineups here. Yeah, I'll wait for you guys to catch up and give me some names, 2 or 3 names. I still want to go with Finau and Rory. And also cut out Brian Harmon because I know I'm going to see him a ton. It's just going to happen. See what kind of Finau McIlroy lineups I can create. Love that one already. Don't care for Todd. Did I already save this lineup? Let's see. I'm just going to save it and see if it duplicated. Sure did. Okay. We try again. Morikawa, Im, and Hovland. All right. Ooh. Bunch of young boys, huh? Duds. Ooh, I like this one minus Neesmith. Okay, I'm sold. That's fine. Let's see here. Do that, and we want to see Morikawa, Im, Hovland. Here's our boy Hovland. Morikawa. And Sungjae. Surprised no one actually came up with this combo already. You get a very balanced build. We include Emiliano Grillo, which is a great choice to go with Hovland, Morikawa, Im, and Harman. Yeah, I like this one. Let's, yeah, of course Harman shows up, right? That's fine. We can save this one. You guys are helping me build lineups on the spot. I'll put these lineups into actual contests. I like that. It's another good one here. Keegan Bradley, Justin Rose, Davis Thompson. Looks like Rose is showing up. Now, Joanne, do you want me to lock out Rose, or do you want to keep it open where he can continue showing up in these lineups? Totally up to you. I could lock him out and we won't see Rose anymore, but I feel like he's going to show up with those three just because he's a good value. I'm going to go ahead and save that one. Interesting. Sam Ryder. Yeah, see, Rose has shown up and we already saw Bradley. I'm not going to save this one. I'm really, well, what was the last one? Davis Thompson. Yeah, I probably would save this one over Davis Thompson. I already have a Davis Thompson lineup in here, and not that big of a deal to me, so cross that note. Let's cross out Rose. He shows up a ton, and it's not really changing the makeup of the lineup. I just want to see different options. Where are we at, Rose? What do you score? Shot like Harden. Lefties play well here, who shape the shot from right to left. Harman shapes it from left to right. So he hits a draw for a lefty. Whereas like your Mickelsons, your Bubba Watsons primarily hit fades. And yeah, you're right, they do. But this isn't one of those Augusta-like type of courses. Now, there is the argument to make that lefties just see the course better because, you know, trouble is blocked by their blind side. You know, the blind side's to the right, and that's where most of the trouble is at this course. But I shouldn't say trouble, more of your trees. But well, let's put it this way. I'm not going to put a lot of emphasis in that. That's just something, usually when you hear lefty, that lefty conversation has a lot to do with the shot shape that they hit. And Bubba and Mickelson have hit fades their entire life. That's why they're good at Augusta, because it's very beneficial to have that shot shape. But Harman's definitely a draw. He hits a draw for being a lefty. There's always, like, you know, any kind of stat, there's always like if you can just go a layer deeper with analysis, it might make more sense, you know, because like I'm not gonna blame you with the whole lefty narrative, but it's like, well, what other pieces can we add to it? Well, if you add the fact that, you know, two of those lefties hit fades and one lefty hits a draw, and that lefty that hits a draw never plays those courses well, there you go, that's your reason. I'm not going to dive into the weeds that much with this. Harman's a great play. $7,500 is... I don't know what Weir's shot shape is. he's obviously an older golfer, so I haven't really kept track of anyone who hasn't been on tour since 2013. And really, if I'm being honest, I haven't really kept track of anyone's shot shape since dating back to, let's put it this way, anything older than 2018 on tour. I really haven't looked at anyone's shot shape. A lot of this is like 2019 and newer, like golfers that are currently on tour. I do feel though that Weir hits a draw. Usually your short ball hitters, to get a little bit more distance, need to hit a draw. And because, well, frankly, Mike Weir is a short guy, I assume he probably hits a draw, which obviously he's won the Masters. He's done well there. I can't remember if I even have in my leaderboards for this tournament. Yeah, I don't have them. So again, a lot of my data goes back to 2013. So I don't, just by trying to eye this up really fast, I don't really see Mike Weir at all. So like in 2017, just for instance, like when I talk about course fit and stuff like that, Thomas Pieters was _1 on my list. Well, I should say this. He was a cheap guy. This was like maybe the second event. He'd won, you know, the NCAA championships at this golf course, and that's why he rated out well for a lot of people. But he's a shot shaper, and he's going to do well at golf courses like this. Believe it or not, Dustin Johnson is a shot shaper. Although he went to a fade, he started on tour with a draw. And shoot, there was a podcast that was just on not too long ago where they were talking about different golfers, and they got onto Dustin Johnson, and it's like, oh yeah, no, he hits a fade like all the time. And the PGA Tour player was like, he knows how to hit a draw. He's a really good draw. So, Bubba loves to shape it. I don't know about Han. Casey's pretty straight, but he hits a draw most of the time. Keegan hits a draw most of the time. Sergio shapes it both directions. So does Hideki to some extent. Jordan hits a draw. Kind of just handpicking some of these. Harmon obviously has finished well here, so play him with confidence, I guess. Got no issue. Really don't know a lot of these guys. I selected all of it. I do know some of them. I think Schwartzel hits a draw. Being a right-handed golfer. No idea about Every. McGirt hits a fade, if I remember correctly. Don't know anything about George or Mulder. Harris hits a draw. Brennan Steele hits a draw. I do think that it probably benefits more right to left golfers, but I did go over this in the tournament and course information. Like, it actually, I see more holes where fades are beneficial, but I do think, again, it benefits those that are creative. That's why I kind of gave like a nod to JT. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, we are talking about some legendary lefties. All right, Joanne, I got you. We got Rose out of there. In this lineup here, Steven Yeager, our boy Barry, Yeager, the Yeager Whisperer. Seems like a good lineup. We're going to save that one. Oh, okay. You could have fooled me. Again, my data only goes back to 2013. So, and I don't really remember anything earlier than that, despite thinking I've got a good memory. It's a good lineup. I hate Hatton, but we're going to save it. In that situation, I would have probably crossed out Hatton as opposed to Stallings, but here's another good lineup. Yeah, I'd rather save this one than the last one. And I would rather cross out Hatton and bring back the possibility of building a lineup with Stallings. Oh, Dietrich's a bomber. He's so Thomas Dietrich and Thomas Pieters. So I was just talking about Pieters. They're the Belgium Bombers. It wasn't a nickname that was really given to Dietrich, but it was a nickname given to Nicholas Colsaerts. Him and Peters during, you know, I don't know, 2017, 2018, whenever Colsearts was still, you know, present in European golf. They're the guys that just hit the ball super far. But Dietrich and Peters played NCAA together. I think they're both from Illinois. Not from Illinois. They went to the school of University of Illinois. Let's double check. I don't know if I have that in there for Dietrich. Okay, Brussels. Yep, Illinois. That's what I thought. So they're good friends. I think they're like 3 years apart, 2 years apart, something like that. And yeah, Dietrich has very high potential. Really like Dietrich this week. Joanne, this is a sexy lineup. I really like this lineup a lot. Dietrich, Power, and Henley. This just screams high potential. Love it. Oh, I wanted to save it. Damn it. We're gonna go back. So Wu and Henley, let's bring them back into the game. Yeah, we're saving that one. I don't know if I care for this lineup all that much. Sure, why not? I'm gonna build a couple more. I'm falling in love with these lineups a little too much. You want to be really contrarian, put Kisner in your lineup, but he hates Poa. Not doing Poa. Barry, I don't mind Kitayama this week. Ooh, I like this lineup. Saving it, and we're done. We're done with that trio. Someone bring up another trio or duo or quad. Let me know. Let's see what the best Kitayama lineup is going to be. Add Kitayama. Who gets paired up with Kitayama? Scheffler and Cantlay with Adam Scott. I just see too much Adam Scott. Yeah, this is a good fit for him. I just don't see him that much. I don't know. Here's a lineup I can get all the way behind. Holy crap. Finau, Cantlay, Young, Fitzpatrick. Again, upside. Ton of upside. Let's cross out Cameron Young. I like Cameron Young, but I'm a little skeptical because of the buckets. Yesterday in the preview video told me, yeah, not a great play. Of course, we see Harman. It's only a matter of time. I'm crossing Harman out and running it again. I'm enjoying seeing Finau as much. Decent lineup. Hubbard shows up a bunch. We're just gonna just skip right by that one. Yeah, so a lineup like this I like as well. Like I like it a lot. I'm gonna cross out Cantlay though. Rory, Finau, Daith. Okay, tugging at the heartstrings, are we, Barry? All right. All right, all right, all right, we got it. Cool, cool, cool. Rory, Finau, Dane Thigala. Okay, where are we at? I bet you this just breaks, right? First try, boom, broken. Didn't. But it include Hubbard. Like, jeez. Okay. I can get behind something like that. I mean, we're going to have to dig in the 6K range, most likely, but I don't mind that, especially with someone like Merritt. He has done well here before. Oh, now this is tugging on my heartstrings. Holy moly. Love that lineup. Nope. Neesmith is going to just like do well this week and burn me so hard. Yeah, there we go. We don't mind this one. I don't even have to kick Harmon out. He's just not going to show up naturally. I am going to kick Todd out and include not include Rogers, but he is the low value, so he's getting kicked out automatically. I don't want to see Todd that much. Like, Todd is someone who has limited upside. Patrick Rogers doesn't have limited upside. His potential is pretty high. Yep, love this lineup. 10-9-8, 7-7-6. Love this lineup a lot. I knew this was going to be a good lineup, dude. Like, well, just adding Day in there. Probably going to skip Kisner. Don't care for Kisner. There we go. Another one. Tugs at the heartstrings. We've got Jaeger and List. They just both showed up, and I get to include Patrick Rogers. Grillo and Putnam, that's interesting. Just naturally does it, dude. Sometimes I love when it does that. Stewart Sink? $6,300 Stewart Sink? Yeah, okay, sign. I don't mind building all my lineups this way. I just said this at the beginning of the video. I need to stop doing stuff like this, but this is how you narrow down the optimal lineup, and we're gonna friggin' hit it with these guys. Gonna do it. I'll save all of these Finau Rory lineups. Like, sign me up. Jez Reavie, I don't think so. Streelman, all right. I can get behind that. Probably gonna lock out KH Lee though. And I'm gonna bring back List just for you, buddy. Did we also? Oh yeah, we also crossed off Jaeger. I'm gonna save this one because I hate it. And that's like one of those superstitious things. Don't like it, so we're saving it. Did we already do that one? Jaeger, Fleetwood? Yeah, we did. So let's lock out Fleetwood, although I really don't want to. And open it back up with Jaeger. Well, here you go. Rogers with List the last time. Now it's Rogers with Jaeger. So we'll save this. I'm also gonna remove Rogers from the list now. And again, okay, let's lock in Jaeger like you said. All right, Joanne. Shot like Harden. I don't know if you missed it, but Barry was in the chat earlier and was like, I am the cheapy whisperer, which really you should just say I'm the 6K whisperer. And he was telling us it was List and Jaeger. It's one of those two. Another high upside lineup right here. Barry, by the way, if this doesn't hit, I'm keeping that shirt. You're not getting that shirt. Jaeger or List, better do it. Oh, it's working out way too much, man. How are you? You're selling me on this. Oh my God. I'm just gonna have to end the stream out of just pure misery. Shot like Harden, don't pump him up. Don't pump him up. Come on, man. We're never gonna hear the end of it, honestly. Remember this, shot like Harden. If I don't remember this during the next strategy video, and neither List nor Jaeger, there you go, buddy. Barry, this is your lineup. 1000% your lineup. It just naturally happened. I didn't even have to tell it to select List or Jaeger. 49.5. There you go. I don't, the fact that it's not breaking and it's including all of these good names. Good, it broke. Finally, it broke. Too many good lineups. It just knew, it was like, this is done, it's over. You know what? Kind of want to run it back. Let's lock out Jaeger this time and lock in List. See, what Barry doesn't know is he's just entered into a contract with me that all the money that I put down on these guys, he's going to reimburse me with his hard-earned money. So it's a win-win for me. And he just gets to be a participant in chat. We already did this one. Patrick Rogers. All right, let's boost up List price. Otherwise, my optimizer is just going to continue to be like, no, get rid of List because he's garbage. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings with that one, Barry? It's a good lineup. Like that one. Sure, yeah, I'll cut him like 10%. That's, I mean, I'm doing all the work right now. Oh, there's our Joel Damon guy. Yeah, this is the only time I'm putting him in a lineup. Yeah, he's gonna be my caddy, right? I'm the PGA Tour player. We all know that they only get like 10 to 15% of the winnings. So that's what's going to vary. But he gets to pay for all my travel expenses to get to the golf tournament. He's my investor. So again, he's locked himself into a contract that he doesn't know. No, shot like Harden is, dude, shot like Harden's just, he's fine by himself. He goes to like every Texas PGA Tour event. He's sitting pretty. He don't need no money. He needs nothing. Leave him alone. He's just, we don't need to do anything with shot like Harden. Shot like Harden puts so much money on Burns every single week. He's still living on all of the winnings he got back at the Valspar Championship. He's fine. He's plenty fine. What is this song? Holy crap. Get out of here. Where's our duplicate? Where are we at? Why does it show one? Oh, we saved two back to back. That's why. Yeah, exactly. Both Valspars. And that's just because all Shot Like Harden does is just put down, you know, like $100 on Sam Burns every single tournament, and he's up. He's up lifetime on him. He doesn't have to worry. By the way, Barry, I have no idea about this. I'm just making stuff up. But I do know Shot Like Harden likes Burns, and I know that he's done well with Burns. Dude, the amount of lineups I like with this is ridiculous. Like, I even like Mac Hughes. No, don't care. Not Svensson. We love that lineup a lot. Out of curiosity, Mr. 6K Whisperer, we got a third one that we're withholding. Oh, this is my favorite lineup right here. It's got Smalley in it. That's all I need. By the way, if you haven't figured out, this will be the lineup I put in all those winner take alls. I shouldn't say that. I'm not supposed to say something like that because that kind of influences you to do the same thing. So never mind. I didn't say that. Just kidding. Yeah, that was a big hit there. Shot Like Harden. I'm gonna have all my lineups built. I'm not even gonna have to do anything tomorrow night. I love this. Nick Hardy. Yep. Sign me up. I'm just gonna sit back here a little bit. Just bring this back and just keep making my Finau, McIlroy, Theegala day list lineups that Barry wishes he had. Kevin Kisner. Sure, why not? Oh, gross. All right, Barry's off his rocker. He likes Kevin Tway. Mr. Stick Ass himself. Guy walks around like he's got a huge stick in his butt. Sorry, not sorry. Just, yeah, let's go back to Lanto. Yeah, I know. I am progressing. I don't know if he's figured it out with his back, but hey, fine by me. Yeah, we already found out Barry is going to provide all of my losings, so I'm just gonna max enter the $5 drive the green. Gonna get my $750 back from Barry that I lose inevitably with going this much on Jason Day. I've gone off the deep end. I like these lineups so much that we'll skip that one. But I like them so much that how many do we have so far? 37. I think I have like 130 lineups reserved. A fourth of them? Not bad. That's really cute, Shot Like Harden. I don't care what Jason... I mean, I know what you're trying to do, but Jason Day, it's like he's manifesting his success. I'm tired of sleeping on the weekends. Yeah, well, buddy, you've been a loser for far too long. After being a winner, of course. He was a winner at one point in time. And then he started closing his eyes. Hey, by the way, Jason Day, the whole purpose of him closing his eyes before a shot is picturing the shot. And he's like, every athlete does that, right? That's what he says. Every athlete does that. What? Who does that? Because he was talking about, you know, like a basketball player at the free throw line. Closes his eyes, pictures the shot going in. You don't know much about me, but I went to college basketball as a shooting guard. I'm a shooter. I shoot. Here's the rule. Everyone knows this. You never take your eye off the target. Imagine closing your eyes like for anything. Let's shoot a gun and like, you know, like we're hunting or whatever. Let's close our eyes and fire, like, and then open them up and fire. It's like, oh, your target's gone. Sorry, pal. Should have been keeping your eye on the target the entire time. It's the weirdest thing. Like if you're a sharpshooter, you never take your eyes off the target. And with golf, why would you not? Like, it just makes no sense to me. I get the shot shaping thing, but it's better to see your shot when your eyes are open. Makes no sense to me. Don't worry. I like to go on diatribes here and there, just for entertainment purposes. I never got that though. That was the weirdest thing. Yeah, let's do prayer grip Matt Wallace. We like that, right? Matt Wallace. The fact this hasn't broken just tells me all that I need to know, that this is the best. What do you call it? What would you call a five sum? A pentuple? You've got what? Quadruple? Would it be a pentuple? And gotta be, right? Cam Chap, let's sign him up too. Barry, this is your fault. This is your fault right here. And we're not going to do James Hunt. This has become the Barry. Oh, finally it broke. It broke. Get wrecked, loser. Get wrecked. Come to SweetSpotDFS, where you're going to get made fun of. Be rated. I'm just kidding. Rom, Rory, Jaeger, Tway. I think I'm about to throw up, I think. Yeah, come to SweetSpotDFS, where you're going to get roasted for your bad lineup takes. And then he's just going to take all of your lineups and pretend like everything's okay. I've created 90 lineups already. 90. What do we want? Jaeger. And Tway. Where's Tway? Is Tway even on my list? He's probably not even my top 100, is he? That's how bad Tway is. Kevin Tway, where are you at? 108. He's not even in my optimizer, pal. Gotta add him just for you. Just because. Because your mom told me you're special. That's why. Now it's getting personal. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. All of this just for you, Barry. All of this just for you. Wasn't good enough, man. Was not good enough, but we added him just for you. Eyeing him up. I'm warming on Kevin Tway. How do you, I don't even remember where Jaeger is. Oh my god. Did it freeze on me? Rom, McElroy, Scott, Henley, Jaeger, Tway. Do we like Scott and Henley? I don't mind it. I will not be saving these lineups, by the way. Let's cut out Scott. But you tell me, do you want Scott in it still, or do you want Henley out? Oh, there we go, Barry. Hit the gala. Got 9 people in the chat. Does anyone want to see lineups built? Give me 2 or 3 guys that you like to play. Yeah, shot like Harden. I don't mind Adam Scott either. I don't mind him whatsoever. I think it's a decent play. Oh, Barry. This seems like a decent lineup. Oh my God, Barry, what are you getting me into, dude? This is just became the Barry show. This is Barry R. What do we call it? Barry R us? I don't know. Plays R us? Barry R. That doesn't really work. Probably not gonna do Patrick Rogers. 9-10. Shot like Harden, can you save me from this mess? Seriously? Can you give me some lineup considerations that I don't have to look at Kevin Tway's name on here? Yeah, I don't care for this one. Cam Davis, 905. Yeah, they are all decent. Ooh, I like that one. Shot like Harden, you need to save me from this. I'm going down with the ship right now. Or anyone in chat, just give me a different lineup combo. Seriously, come on. No, I have to stop. Someone, come on. Just dying to see considerations in. Come on, man. By the way, there we go. Perfect. Thank you, Shot Like Harden, for saving the day. Oof, that felt so good, Barry. Ooh. Getting that out. You know what? We might as well just take Han out as well. We know we're not playing James Han and his crazy takes. Feels so much better, Harden. Wow. By the way, it took you long enough? Like, what the hell, dude? Seriously? Hideki, Fitz, Monty, and Thagala. You guys are getting ballsy with your combos. Just giving me 4 dudes just like that. Really, Barry? Let's take a poll. Of the 8 people in chat watching, actually, minus Barry, so 7. The 7 remaining people in chat. Give me a yes. Give me a Y in chat if you agree with Barry on Jaeger and Tway. If it's crickets, Barry, I'm sorry, pal. No one agrees with you. Just throwing that out there. So it's, I'm kind of making chat participate if they want to be on your side. Otherwise, they're just gonna hear the host roast. I don't have a rhyme with that. James Power. This is a good line. Did I already save this one? No. Saving it. I see crickets so far, Barry. No one's on your side, bud. No one's on your side. Shot like Harden. I'm cool with that too. I don't mind going Jaeger and List. Don't mind that. But Tway is way out in right field. Way out there. Tway is the last person that you pick on your dodgeball team. That's, and like, you know he's gonna get hit. He's gonna get taken out of the game right away, and you just know you're playing handicapped. That's Tway. That's Tway for you. I like this. We are not going. We got to get rid of Harmon. So Harden already has one. I can send one to Joanne. We're not going to give Harden another one. But I mean, we could add it, and then over time maybe I'll send him a sweatshirt. Although I don't have a large for him, so. Barry, Harden is he's a skinny large. Oh, I'm sorry, Harden. Actually, no, he just likes his shirts fitted. That's all. He's just one of those big buff dudes that just shirts are way too tight on him. You seen my beach ball? It's over there. All right, Keegan Bradley. We don't mind this one. JT. I like kind of the makeup of these lineups. They're changing. Keegan 10-11. Let's get rid of him. This is a great lineup. Super great lineup. Thomas and Clark, okay. Did you give me a Wyndham? Yeah, Joanne, you did give me one, didn't you? And I forgot about it. I got you, Joanne. Jay Thomas, Wyndham Clark, and Tommy Cleveland. I am so sorry. I got all wrapped up in all this BS that Barry's has been putting me through. Where's Justin? There he is. Jeez. Justin Thomas. Wyndham Clark and who? Tommy Fleetwood. Gotcha. I like this combo. I hope it works out, Joanne. That's pretty good shot like Harden. Really good. Oh my god. Oh, whoa. Barry, before you get all excited, okay? I see Luke List here. Let's not forget that I upgraded his value 200 points more than it should be. So just hold your horses, pal. I know it got you all excited. Just settle down. That's not where it should be. Much better. Get him out of here. Get him out. Cantlay, Thomas, Scott. We like that. Thigala, Fleetwood, and Clark. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm gonna remove Adam Scott, Joanne. You let me know if you want me to keep Adam Scott in there. He's obviously one of the better values the optimizer wants to select. So we're probably gonna see him quite a bit, but we can move on. And of course Harmon shows up because he's the other. I guarantee you, well, who is the best value on the? Dietrich is my better value, so is Montgomery. Weird. Okay, there's Harmon right there. Where's Adam Scott? There he is, right down here. So Scott, Thigala, all great values. So is Keegan, Cantlay. Reasons these guys are showing up a lot is because of their value. Montgomery and Dietrich, that makes sense. Interesting, Tom Kim. I get it. $8,500 price tag is quite the discount that we normally see him at. Probably deserved though, right? Okay. Joanne, do you like Harmon by chance? Shot like Harden, are you going 100% in on both of them or one or the other? Because you definitely put an or in there. So if one of them misses a cut and, you know, the other one's in 50% of your lineups, then you're okay. Nothing like a song doing the same thing over and over. I don't really care for Brendan Todd. Okay. This is a good one. I like this lineup. Do we like Patrick Cantlay, Joanne, by chance? I think I'm gonna cross him out. See if we can find other players to mix up with these golfers. I don't really care for Sepp Straka. I don't mind the upside of this lineup. JT, Finau, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, Clark, and Davis. You said JT, that's right. Yeah, this is a good lineup. I like this lineup a lot. Super high upside there. We're gonna get through 100 lineups tonight. Damon, I don't mind it. I don't care for it, but I'm gonna save it. And there's our boy Jaeger. Didn't even have to bump up his price tag, so hey, I don't mind. You can sell me on Jaeger. This is a good combo as well, Joanne. A lot of good names keep showing up. I like that. I'm gonna skip Davis Thompson this week, though. I've saved him in a few lineups, but that's more than enough for me. Let's do SH Kim. You said Thomas and Clark as well. I mean, I already have Thomas and Clark in here, but I can remove Fleetwood just to see what the optimizer would actually select. It's not Fleetwood. $10.98.777. So Fitzpatrick keeps showing up in these. Joanne, if you don't like Fitzpatrick, we can certainly remove him. You want to put money on that one, Shot Like Harden? It'd just be straight up. It wouldn't be no odds. And I understand odds should be. You should definitely get very, very whatever you. Oh, I can't think of words right now. The odds would be stacked in your favor, but that's just not gonna happen. Sorry, pal. You think Burns is gonna be up in the leaderboard? You're crazy. You're just as crazy as Barry with Tway. Oh my gosh. Joanne, you've got a good lineup. Like JT and Wyndham Clark. Not a terrible combo to build around. I get rid of Cage Lee. No Harmon. We kicked him out long time ago. Yeah, I could get behind something like this. I don't really like Shane Lowry, but because I don't like him, I know I'm not going to play a lot of him. That's fine. We could do something like this. Oh, different lineup here. Okay, so Shane Lowry showing up a bunch. Okay. Let's do a little quick review of the people that are still in chat that have been participating with lineup building. So far in all the lineups that I've saved, now I get it. A lot of this is my own personal, you know, like me just hitting the save button on a lot of these lineups, but 9% of Rom, 6% of Scheffler. So not a lot of Scheffler love. Not from the optimizer, not from the players you guys selected. Xander Schauffele, 5% of lineups. 9% is Victor Hovland. Cam Young, an 8%. Scott, I've pretty much kicked out a bunch, so that could be higher, but he's at 8%. Morikawa's at 8. Zalatoris is at 8. Sam Burns is at 8, Mr. Shot Like Harden. 7% Sungjae, 3% Brian, we kicked him out a bunch. 1% Tom Kim. 7% Keegan, 4% Rose, 2% Hatton. I've kicked both Rose and Hatton out a bunch. 0% Spieth, that's by design. Matsuyama at 5%. 6% Adam Hadwin, we don't care about that. And then we don't really care about some of these guys down here. 0% Siwoo, 0% JT Poston, the pasta man. 0% Ricky Fowler. Billy Ho's at 0, so is Taylor Moore. Corey Connors. We don't care about Sepp. Tom Hoagie, don't. Brendan Steele, he's out. Withdraw, that's right. That's, yeah, okay. I mean, pretty solid. I think some of those names, interesting to see that we don't have any percentages on them. Or very low percentages, I should say. So of all the golfers you just heard, how do you feel about that? And should we create lineups with those lower owned guys just to oh, Shot Like Harden, why did you have to tell me that number? That's gross. That is so gross. 40% day. That obviously means I have them in 40 lineups. Or more than 40. Just call me out like that. I blame Barry, man. I blame Barry. It's all Barry's fault. But again, I'm kind of in the clear because he's gonna refund me all my money that I lose on it. Joanne, I like Finau as well. Finau is one of my favorite plays this week. And I'll say this, over this last month and a half, I was not on Finau whatsoever. I just didn't think I didn't think he was going to perform that well in any of the tournaments he played in. Whatever reason, I kind of digging him this week. Yeah, 40% day. That's okay, right? Because 40% versus 68 Sahith, 53 Rory, 62 Finau. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, like I said, in order to hit the optimal lineup, it's better to be very strict. And again, I mean, we have to predict, you know, the correct 2, the correct 3, the correct 4 people that we hope to be in the optimal lineup. And obviously that's easier at the top of the salary leaderboard than somewhere in the middle or somewhere down below. That's why, you know, we just let the optimizer do its thing. Okay. Do you want me to put Finau and Fowler together as the higher ups like to call Big Tony or Big Ricky and Little Ricky? Kenneth Jones, what's going on, man? You are correct. He is playing with Adam Scott. Do we think that's a bad omen? Do we think it's a bad pairing? Billy Horschel, the funniest thing over the last couple weeks listening to like the telecast talk about Billy Horschel is like he always speaks positively to his group members. Like he's the first person to say, hey, good shot, it's a great shot. Like he means it, and people like playing with Billy, which seems crazy because it seems like Billy's one of the worst people you'd want to play with. Not much, Kenneth. How are things with you? Let's put a Finau and Rory lineup together, or Ricky lineup together. Ricky Fowler. Hey, have a good night, Charlie Carden. Thanks for stopping in. And hopefully your boy Burnsy plays well, and also your guys Hideki and Matty Fitzpatty. How do we bowl, Kenneth? What's our average, by the way? I think the last time I was in league was when I was in high school. I got it up to 198. That's what I got my average up to. Used to have my own bowling ball and everything. I stopped though. Finau, Cantlay, Cameron Young, Adam Hadwin, Tommy Fleetwood, and Ricky Fowler. Well, Joanne, this works out because Fleetwood is someone you told me to lock in before, and that goes well with Fowler and Finau. Not a terrible lineup. I'm gonna save it. Then we're gonna cross out Hadwin. Mitchell replaces Hadwin, and that's okay. Not something I'm really jumping over the moon about, though, so probably remove that. Kenneth, is it a men's league or is it like a co-ed league? Co-ed leagues are fun. It's a good lineup here. Except for I don't want to play that much Davis Thompson. I don't mind SH Kim though. Kenneth, you missed it, man. Barry R in chat. You can see his name. He convinced me to basically go all in on Luke List and Steven Yeager. Or Steven Yeager. So I've built 108 lineups, and almost half of those are either of Yeager or List. And then he somehow I just had a little stutter. I'm gonna rewatch that on the stream. It was weird. It's the first time I've ever seen that. It said it was an encoding overload. Anyways, yeah, the resolution looks terrible. Anyways, yeah, no, half of my lineups are, and then he was able to convince me to play Kevin Tway. So that's scary, super scary. Well, that's cool, Kenneth. Split leagues are fun. Kind of missed the bowling alley atmosphere. That was always fun. Let's see here. Let's build some more. Ooh, this is a good lineup. It says Victor Hovland in there. I think, Joanne, you asked for a Victor Hovland lineup earlier on in the stream, so this works out well. Oh, I can't hit. That's right. The low guy. Let's take out Thigala. I don't mind this lineup. That's solid. Did we not just have this lineup? How did this show up again? Fino. Maybe not. Okay. I like it. Kenneth, you have any lineups you'd like me to build? Around any golfers, I should say. You got any golfers you want me to build lineups around? I think I'm probably nearing the end. We're approaching 3 hours. 3 hours is a pretty good spot to end. And don't feel guilty for keeping me on. I am asking you if you'd like me to build you some lineups. So what I wanted to do earlier on in the stream when I came to building lineups is I wanted to do a Rory, Tony Finau lineup, and Barry, because of you basically providing, or was it? I think it was Barry, right? Barry, you're the one that do this, or the one that did this, doing the Tony Finau, Rory, Sahith, Jason Day, because I was thinking about going Finau, McIlroy, Day regardless. I didn't really so much care to put Sahith Theegala in there, but like a lot of my lineups when we started building like this turned out really, really good. So I don't have to do these lineups anymore, because I probably would have went Tony Finau and Rory, and it might naturally get me on Day, but yeah, I don't mind something like that. Yeah, that's a good point, Barry. The high studs don't usually win here. Yeah, you're correct. Kenneth likes Sung Jae and Shoffley, and Joanne wants to see Finau, Fowler, Thomas, and Fleetwood. Okay. Finau, Fowler, Thomas, and Fleetwood. That is, we got a bunch of F's in there. We got some alliteration going on. JT's the only one that isn't. Finau, Fowler, JT. Finau, Fowler, or Finau, JT. You want Fleetwood and Fowler. Not Fowler. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Very nice, Kenneth. Love it. That's awesome. Barry was the winner of the Sweet Spot shirt for the monthly giveaway. I've been slacking on sending it to him, but he'll have one pretty soon. And Shot Like Harden was in the chat earlier. He has one. And I know Joanne wants one. She's really close to getting one. Actually, Joanne, did we get you? I don't remember. Can't remember all the people that placed orders in. I think maybe you did. I can't remember. Finau, Cantlay, Thomas, Fleetwood, Fowler. Okay. Don't care for Hubbard. Fitzpatrick. Looks like we're gonna marry Fitzpatrick with all your lineups, Joanne, and that's fine. I think that's fine. So I think, Barry, I will put another order in at some point in time. Instead of it being black, it'll be white. So I'll have like white t-shirts and white sweatshirts. If you're interested when I place that order in, I mean, I'll let everyone know. It's not just going to be like exclusive to anybody, but when I do that, I certainly will. Pretty good lineup right here. And honestly, Barry, so the sweatshirts are $40, but I don't have another large. I think all I have is double X and a medium, I think. Otherwise, I'd say you could buy one if you wanted to, or save up all the winnings that you you might get during the weekly and monthly giveaways to put that towards a sweatshirt. Finau, Thomas, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, Fowler, Grillo. I like that lineup. Did we save it already? We did not. I like this lineup. Finau, Thomas, Rose, Fleetwood, Fowler, McCarthy. Ooh, introducing Tom Kim. Oh, but why does that have to be with Davis Thompson? I'm just gonna include it because I haven't seen Tom Kim show up a bunch. Don't care for Adam Schenk. Okay. We're going to build some lineups for Kenneth using Xander. Xander and Sungjae. That is a combo we have not yet seen tonight. I don't know where you've been, Barry, with this combo. It seems pretty solid. Like, what the hell, Barry? By the way, Kenneth, it's pick on Barry night, so feel free. Although shot like Harden has been treating him pretty decent. I don't know. I don't understand why. Barry is basically making me lose all my money. Xander, Sungjae, Brian Harman, Thigala, Rose, and Henley. Not terrible. Thigala is showing up a bunch, though, in my lineups. Another Davis Thompson lineup. We're just going to skip past that. I've already seen this. I don't want to get rid of Grillo, but I do want to get rid of Harman. Actually, we haven't saved a lot of Harman lineups, right? I've been basically kicking him out of everything. 3% lineups? Yeah, let's... Sure. But now I'm going to kick him out. Don't care about Brandon Todd. You know what? I do like that Finau Rory start. And combining Day with Thigala, but I would much rather have a Fitzpatrick lineup. Ooh, Putnam. This could be a time that Putnam turns it around. I don't think it's a good course fit, but probably going to be low owned, right? Welcome, MD. First time seeing you in the chat. Thoughts on 100% Tiger this week? Here's my stance on Tiger, since I'm a fan of Tiger. I don't want to put money on Tiger. Because if Tiger does well, then it's a win. If Tiger doesn't do well, it's not necessarily a win for my pocketbook or just my pockets, but I just don't want to go down with the ship. You know, like if Tiger does poorly, I don't want to be 100% in on Tiger with him going down, because then I'm going to be double sad. So obviously if he tanks my lineups, I'll be sad, and I'll also be sad that he's not playing well. But on the flip side, if you don't put money on him and he plays well, it's like, great. My fandom inside me is happy that he's playing well. And it's fine that because I'll just be sad not winning all the money with Tiger, but I'll be happy with him winning. It's my take on Tiger. That'll be my take on Tiger for every single event that he plays in. I don't think I'll ever put money on him unless he was $6,400. Probably. Kenneth Jones, I like Matsuyama and Fitzpatrick. I really like Fitzpatrick this week. Actually, we were just creating a bunch of those lineups for Shot Like Harden a little bit earlier on in the in the stream. Let's see if I can find some. So we got one here. This was a really good lineup. Maybe it was just that one, but he really liked Fitzpatrick and Matsuyama. So I feel like we were trying to build some lineups with them both in it, or trying to see if it would just naturally get there. Yeah, but I don't mind adding Fitzpatrick with Hideki Matsuyama, or going one or the other. I think it's fine. Yeah, and I did talk about the pairing with Tiger, Rory, and JT. I think that's actually a very good situation for both Rory and JT. I think those guys thrive under that spotlight. I think they like that a lot. That song can go. You know, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about course fit for Fitzpatrick here. I don't mind it. You know, a lot of people say he's one of the best, you know, drivers of the golf ball. Super straight. I don't disagree with that. I don't really have a take on it. I do think you need to, if you really want to excel at this course, you need to have your driving down pat. Which obviously I think he does. This is a good lineup. A lot of Sahith is showing up. I don't think I want more of him. But for you guys, obviously seeing that much Sahith is probably not that big of a deal to you, because you get to pick and choose. There you go, Barry. Lukeless shows up at his regular value. 2 8K golfers. I don't like that. I don't mind this lineup. Okay, I think I'm gonna do final call. Anybody looking for a few lineups built around a couple golfers, let me know. I'll give you like 30 seconds to give me another combo, but I think we'll wrap it up here shortly. No Davis Thompson for me. Probably also no Brian Harmon. There's no way, dude. No way. What a troll. What a freaking troll. All right, Barry. Where are my mods? Moderators, kick him out. Kick him out. He can't he can't be included anymore. It's so bad. I don't have Tway on the list anymore, bud. He's gone. Gotti and Henley. Okay. I like that. I'm not sure where Henley is. Right in the middle of the screen. I can do some Rory and Fitz lineups. I was kind of trying to do Rory, Finau, and Fitz. It's a pretty good lineup right here. Include Cantlay. I don't know if you like Cantlay, but not terrible. Okay, so Henley's the low one. Let's bump out Hadwin. Ooh, I like that lineup. Lots of Thigala already in my life, so I'm gonna wow, that was weird. I'm gonna lock him out. It was like combining two words together to make a really not okay word to say. Like, poor word choice there. Lowry, no thanks. You guys heard nothing, by the way. Here's a pretty good lineup. Scheffler, Young, Scott, Harmon, Montgomery, Henley. Not terrible. Let's build a couple more here. I'm gonna lock out Harmon. I like this lineup a lot. I kind of want to keep in Ben Taylor, and I don't like how much Cantlay's showing up, only because he's one of the higher values on the board. So I'm just gonna pick him out. Yeah, so I like a lineup like this a lot. Seems like a pretty safe lineup. Pretty good. All right, so I think that was a pretty decent amount of lineups there. Rory and Fitz, sure. Now, if it just automatically chooses Finau, we already know that that is the trio to do it with, right? Rory, Fitzpatrick, Finau? Doesn't. It's Cantlay. Just fine. Whatever. I don't like Neesmith, so we'll just carry on. But there we go. Finau, McIlroy, Fitzpatrick, Thigala, Thomas Dietrich, Brendan Todd. Kind of already saw that earlier. Don't care for Brendan Todd, but that's a solid lineup. McIlroy, Cantlay, Fitzpatrick, Dietrich, Power, Kuchar. It's a pretty solid lineup. Don't mind that one. I'm not going to save it, but I do like it. I like that lineup a lot. I don't know if I've already saved this, but let's see, do we have a duplicate? We do not. All right, good one. That includes Henley from Alex's choice. By the way, welcome back, Alex. Nice to see you. Yeah, good luck to you too, Barry. And your terrible choices in list and Kevin Tway. It's really just Kevin Tway, honestly. Let's be real. Finau, McIlroy, Fitzpatrick, already like that. Sure, we'll save it, although I don't want that much Harmon in it. I mean, I just... Kingo, what have you been lurking this whole time? And you didn't want to put in a... You didn't want to put a lineup in? You didn't want to build golf or lineups around some golfers? It's fine if you were lurking. I appreciate it. So, might be my favorite lineup of the entire night. And it wasn't a duplicate. This might be my favorite lineup of the entire night. Absolutely. Let's see if the next one tops it. Close. Solid. Aaron Rye. Sure. Saving that one too. Absolutely, Kenneth. I'm sorry that bowling gets in the way of you being here on longer, but I'm glad that you stopped by for the short time that you did. All the way with Tway. All right. Good luck, man. I don't mind that lineup either. Too many good lineups. Too many. I'm already at 130. I like that one too, man. What the hell? I think I got two. I think a Rom Tony Finau lineup is what I got left. I don't want to see one bad one. That's good enough. That's good enough for bad. So Rombo and Finau. Of course, Harman shows up. I'm gonna run this again. Kick Neesmith out. We'll see if Harman shows up. If he does, we'll just kick him out. Does not. Very interesting that we're getting into 2 6Ks. Probably because Rom is so expensive. Yeah. I don't mind a lineup like this though. That is very out there. Very different. Don't care. It's fine. Not a huge fan of Lashley. I don't want those 2 6K golfers to be together. Todd and Lashley. No, thank you. Taylor and Kisner. Yeah, I'm not sold. I'm wondering why it keeps putting up Cam Young with these guys. Probably get rid of him. Sure, I'll do Henley Burns. Don't care for Ches. At least we're not into the 2 6Ks. As I say that, here we go. Oh, I like this lineup. Sure. You remember I removed Tway from the optimizer. It can't select it because it's not there. He's not there. Sorry, bud. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna dat. These are pretty good lineups. I like this. Rom Finau is a sneaky start, especially going with another 9K. Okay, yep, saving that one. That seems really sneaky good. We want a Henley Burns. I'll build like 5 or 10, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night. Hanley, Scott, Fitzpatrick, Burns, Thigala, Henley. Pretty balanced. Seems like a pretty good cash lineup. Let's kick out. Do you like Cantley or Scott? I'm gonna kick out Scott. You tell me differently though. Don't worry about me kicking him out. If you want me to keep Scott in, let me know. Homa, Hovland, Burns. This is a good lineup. I like this one. Although, well, I'm gonna take Thigala out. I don't know. You tell me. Maybe we just get rid of Dietrich, just for the sake of it. Finau, Hovland, Burns, Montgomery, Hadwin, Henley. Solid lineup build there. Add Scotty to that pair? Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna open this up. You can tell me if there's some golfers you want me to exclude, but I think it's just gonna change the makeup of it. Yeah, so a fresh slate locking in Scheffler, Burns, and ooh, I got rid of Henley. My bad. Let's do that again. Of course, so Scott and Harman show up. I'm gonna get rid of Harman. And that gets replaced with Keegan, which I don't mind Keegan at this place. Let's save that, and I'm actually gonna kick out Adam Scott. Hovland gets introduced, and so does Brendan Todd. I don't really care for Brendan Todd, though. Cantley gets added. And then we bring in SH Kim. It's a pretty good lineup right here. 10-9-9-7-7-6. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to actually remove Cantley. Seems like too many 9Ks. Burns, Rose, Bradley, Dietrich, Henley. That's also not a bad lineup. Sure. And then I'm going to cross out Rose. Don't really care for Hubbard, but this is a really interesting build. Another 10-9-9-7-7-6. Gonna keep doing this. Actually, that was pretty good. I wouldn't have mind saving that one. I like this one a lot. All right. One last one. Sure, we'll do Scotty M. We can do that. Henley, Poston, Dietrich, Burns. Yeah, so I like that one as well. Scotty and M. Not terrible. I figured this was going to be the case. Let's get rid of Harmon once again. Actually, let's keep Harmon in. I'm going to get rid of Hadwin. Been doing too many. Get rid of Harmon. There we go. Don't care for Neesmith. I don't mind Davis Thompson, but I feel like I've saved him too many times in my lineups. I don't want Svensson. There's Barry's guy, Steven Yeager. Okay, Fade Harmon. This is an interesting lineup. Not going to save it because I already have too much Jaeger in my life. Harmon is out. I think I'm also going to remove Thigala because he's just going to continue to show up as well. You're not going to see any really like lineup diversity. But if you do like Thigala, tell me and I'll make sure to lock him in. Or at least just leave it open. Too much KH Lee as well. I like Scott Stallings. I don't care for Brendan Todd. So I'm going to switch that around. Like this lineup. I like Fleetwood more than I like Scott. I would probably, I don't mind. It's a fine. This is a decent lineup. I don't mind this, but I'm gonna add Ricky to that pair. Barry. So Barry asks, would you consider adding the actual ownership percentages from the previous optimal lineups in the videos I put out? So would you be asking like when I go over, say, like 2022. And we know that these are the optimal lineups right here, or this is the optimal lineup. All the guys here with the little black tick marks. Are you looking for me to then add up the ownership here, which the last year equals 65%? Is that kind of what you're looking for? Yeah, I mean, and to me, I think, like, if I were to sort by ownership, you know, like, just looking at like the top 20 guys, you've got 4 guys that are in the optimal lineup. Just from that, your highest price guy didn't hurt you. Taylor Gooch did though, missing the cut. DJ also hurt you, as did Bubba Watson. But quite frankly, your highest owned guys, there are more top 20s and top 10s than there were missed cuts. So. But yeah, I mean, I think if you come in here and you want to see that, if you want me to show you that for each week, I can certainly do that. Adding that to kind of the long list of things I already do probably would add way too much time. Well, let me think about it, Barry. I'm not gonna totally rule it out. It's a decent idea. And you're right, I don't care about ownership. But, you know, for people like you that do want to look at something like that, you know, I have no issue, you know, showing you. And how I kind of would look at this, if I was doing everything the way that I currently do it, but with ownership, I basically would look at how many guys were 20% and above in the optimal lineup, how many were, or inside the top 10, how many were between, you know, 15 to 20, 10 to 14, you know, you got your pretty good pick right there. But yeah, anyways. Let's see here. Add Ricky to that pair. Okay. Interesting. Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, M, Fowler, Noren, and Ben Taylor. Yeah, absolutely, Barry. Scheffler, Scott, M, Fowler, McCarthy, SH Kim. I like that lineup. We'll save that one. I'm going to get rid of Adam Scott. Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, M, Mitchell, Fowler, Hubbard. Yeah, Hubbard's like going to be that low-priced glue that puts some of these higher-priced lineups together. It's an interesting take or lineup here. I'm going to get rid of Cantley, though. I don't want to see all those 6K golfers. Ooh, I don't mind a lineup like this. Glover, $6,100 seems a little too cheap for Glover. So we're going to save that, and I think that's going to be it. Just run a couple more for you, but we're going to call her quits. Don't mind that one. I don't care for Kistner, though. I like that one. I'll save that one. All right, folks. For all those that stayed here the entire time. Sure, I could add more. I'll add more. I'll clear a lot of this out, and we'll put more in with them. I like this lineup, by the way. Absolutely, Barry. And we broke the optimizer, going with Taylor Moore. So Locke and Fowler, Taylor Moore, Sung Jae, Scotty Scheffler. I'm not sure why 10, 9, 7, 7. Let me try something. It's the first time tonight. No, that's not true. The optimizer broke with someone else. Let's see what's causing it to break. That still breaks. 7. Let's see. AM. Yeah. So I bet you it has something to do with my AM criteria. No, it doesn't. I'm not sure why it hates that, but it does not like doesn't like Taylor Moore with that, Alex. Okay, so where was it breaking? Last year 1s, that's fine. Last year 2s is fine. Last year 3s is fine. 6s, that's fine. Right here. Last week 1s. So you're combining too many guys that played well last week. Too many top 20s. I have a max projection of 3 finishing inside the top 10. It's not to say it can't be broken. Obviously, my buckets fail every once in a while, but usually 33 out of 36 buckets are correct. And I just don't see more than 3 golfers, even when I consider conservative numbers, finishing inside the top 10 from that bucket. So, and you don't need all golfers inside the top 10 to win a GPP, so you obviously could include, you know, these guys. Taylor Moore finished inside the top 20 last week. th place. Okay. Crazy. Interesting. All right. Well, that answers that conundrum. All right. I mean, here, I'll let's see, Harmon, let's kick him out. I'll do a couple lineups for you, just so you can have some ideas, but they don't follow the buckets, so entirely up to you. Let's kick Todd out. It's not terrible. 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6. I like that. I'm also gonna cross out Adam Scott. We'll just see a bunch of Adam Scott lineups. Yeah, Taylor Moore, that's fine. I have no issues with that. Yeah, I mean, the buckets aren't an end all be all. It's just that's kind of how I go with my process, obviously. And I like to go with the numbers, since it's such a high success rate that my projections are correct, that I wouldn't put 4 golfers in my lineup that all top 20 last week. I would just put 3 at most. But you know, each their own. I like this lineup too. Pretty solid. There we go. Okay. 145 lineups were built tonight and saved. I did build more, but I think that's enough. That's it for me. It's already 3.5 hours. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So for everyone, again, watching all the way up until now, appreciate it. It's been I love doing these. I appreciate all the participation. Barry, love you in the chat. Alex, thank you for joining a little bit later. Kenneth, Joanne, Ingo, for lurking for as long as you did and not speaking up until the end. Appreciate that. Shot like Harden, obviously. Joanne, if I didn't say your name. What else did we have tonight? Chad Eckert. Byron, back 9 bets. GD Knight. Yeah. And Ryan McQueen. Early Ryan McQueen. Cool. If I missed your name, my apologies. I just went through my chat as fast as I could to name all those people, but hey, I appreciate everyone who participates. We're gonna call her quits. Hopefully you had some good lineup ideas, or you got some good lineup ideas from that. Maybe you copied down some of those lineups, but hopefully we cash a big one this week. Let's go, Barry. I'm not on it with Tway, but let's go Jaeger and List. All right. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.